off my
Oh, it's the coldest podcast on YouTube. The Real Rap Coalition. They back. You now rockin' with the Real Rap podcast. Yeah, yeah. It's coming on. Yeah, this the official song. Yeah, yeah. Hold up. Lock and load. It's the weekly episode. Yeah, yeah. It's the Real Rap podcast. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's coming on. Yeah, it's the official song. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's time to roll. It's the weekly episode. Ooh, it's the Real Rap. Yeah, yeah. They about to bring that feel back. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's the Real Rap. Yeah, yeah. You know what's up. Going in. Double Dutch. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah.
What the fuck?
song, guys.
I think it was very funny that he started that song right as you were saying what you were saying.
It's all good.
Why
Hey, what
KTL
prompts did you
on the
use for that
screen?
song, son? Like, what prompts did you type in for that song? Like, sus R&B
Prompt,
nigga.
nigga.
Ain't no prompt.
Right.
Fuck
No
is you
prompt,
talking
nigga.
about?
What you talking about, nigga? Ain't no prompt, nigga.
Oh, my bad. Who did you contact for that song?
Nah, man. So
Hard
it's a
asking a lot of
program.
questions, man.
It's a program, man. I wrote the lyrics and I came up with the melody and they just generated how the fuck do we get KTL off the screen?
Why the
Where's
fuck would you ever want to?
Hey yo,
It is I, the main character of this bitch.
hey
And
fucking yo.
Shut your
Nigga
bitch
said,
ass up.
nigga said, why wouldn't you want to look at me?
Yeah,
The
why? I'm
hell?
talking about for the. Why wouldn't the fans want to look at me?
Nigga said,
The
read it and
fans,
weep.
the fans knew they know who they came here to see, man.
Nigga
It's
said,
art,
take a
man.
gander.
It's not art, man.
It's art, man.
Art, man.
My God.
Like Bob Ross, Glock
Bob,
songs.
I'ma
Bob, your
just brush
last name
that one
Ross,
off.
nigga? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Anybody
Yeah.
else?
Lordy Lord in the building. Uh-huh.
And it is
Yeah.
also
Showtime's
there. You go. Go
Showtime
ahead.
Slim, man. I see I don't know if y'all can see who I was gonna say it's fake, but I see 24
Yeah, you know that shit
viewers.
ain't real.
I see 24 viewers on the stream, man. So
Whatever.
salute you. I don't know, fools. We
Yeah.
be
We
getting
lit,
viewers
bro.
now. We be getting
We
viewers
don't
now.
have
Finally,
viewers,
we getting
bro.
the attention and credit we deserve.
Hey, Pools, now it's
You sound
18.
like a bitch,
Nigga, negative as hell, boy.
You said I sound like
Uh-huh.
a bitch?
wanting attention and shit, or to feel like you deserve attention, I should say.
Got our ice in the comments.
It is I, Heretic TL, and who else
What that
picked this movie?
little emoji mean the ice foot? That little finger thing? What she doing?
I
That's
don't know. They
saying
be
like
doing
you
that
this
though.
close to being fire.
Oh, okay.
But hey, who else, man? You picked the movie. Why did you pick it?
And cuz man, niggas is talking in that bitch, man. The whole movie is about dialogue, man. Different intellectual conversations throughout the whole bitch. You feel me?
Yeah.
You a Bible pusher? Watch this, nigga. You believe in something that don't represent the Bible? Watch this, nigga. You a Muslim?
Mm,
Watch this, nigga.
mm,
Islam, same shit. Watch this, nigga.
mm,
Judaism, watch this. Like, bro, come on, stop playing, man. Movie go
mm-hmm.
crazy. That's why I picked it.
Fire. Fire.
All right. So 2024's Heretic, starring Hugh Grant.
That nigga weird.
Uh, this is the yes. This is the Oh, first things first. Spoiler alert. All that good shit. Like, comment, subscribe if you ain't already. We finna spoil the fuck out this movie.
Yeah.
Heretic is the story of two Mormon sisters, Sister Paxton and Sister Barnes, on their journey to go door to door attempting to convert people to the Mormon faith. They come across Mr. Reed, played by Hugh Grant, who invites them within his house to speak more about their religion. As the questions devolve into more, you know, I guess questionable or disrespectful or depraved topics, the girls realize that they are not safe in the way that they once thought they were. And then we go from there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
Jealous.
Now it's spreading.
Hey,
Hey,
yo.
go.
I knew it. Yeah, Hugh Grant went crazy in this fucking movie. Like, he carried this whole for me for real.
Hey, no funny. Remember last week when I couldn't get the like I couldn't think of the word to say, but the motherfucker is charismatic. Like the nigga charming. No D.
Bro, he wasn't like through the tenure of this movie,
For
like
sure.
there was very small periods where
It,
he was not his like smiling ass, menacing self. Like he felt like he was, in control of the situation the whole time, and like he was just fucking with these bitches.
He was charming for lack of a better word, in a way that is not stupid for girls to like feel invited into his house.
I would say that
Right.
whatchamacallit, he had that air of like, plausible deniability because, you know, old ass dudes cracking some jokes or whatever else, you know what I'm saying?
It's
Like he could
unassuming.
it's very unassuming, I would say, yeah. Um, I will say that I really do like throughout the film, I thought that even as the stakes went higher, his character became more and more appropriate. I thought at the beginning you could have been unsure, but like as the shit went into play, yeah, like every little bit of his acting prowess just came full circle. Like he needed to be this nigga. Like you know what I'm saying? It's the kind of thing where like I'm not like S tier actors probably could have been in the role, but I'm really glad that it was him. You know what I'm saying? Because he played that shit to a T. I'm not gonna lie.
I do
Hey,
think
Bob,
Mhm.
one of
He
the
did. He
comments
was in
is
Wonka.
calling you out,
My
brother.
bad.
I was
I was
just
he was
bringing
in
light to the
he was in
comment.
Wonka as the Oompa Loompa the same year. So it's kind of crazy contrast.
there was a Willy Wonka movie in 2024. What are we
Yeah, it's
doing
Timothy
with our
Timothy
lives,
Chalamet.
man?
Big
Shout
bad
out
Timothy
Melanie
Chalamet.
Yates, man. Look.
Maybe his bag is really being quirky though. You know what I'm saying?
That is so
Okay, this is
ass.
but
He
how
is
many
though, because he was like a romantic comedy nigga back in the 2000s and shit.
Hmm.
So
so this is like we've had him on the podcast at least twice. I think this is his third time being on the podcast.
Mm,
He
You gonna
was
have to name
on
them hoes.
The Gentleman, KTO.
Oh, he
mm,
was yeah, he was definitely quirky in that movie.
Yeah, he was in The Gentleman,
He
and
was like that gay ass reporter.
he
mm,
was
Or
in
no, he wasn't a
Dungeons and
reporter.
Dragons too. I was the only
mm,
one that saw that one.
mm.
But I think that like in terms. So here's the thing, is that like I think he played his role very well. I think that he was like the interesting and driving force of this movie. But I do feel like, for me at least, up until about the halfway point of the movie, and maybe even up until the last 30 minutes of the movie, I didn't feel like he was out there. Like, I felt like them bitches was overreacting. I was like, he not doing no like weird crazy shit. He
What
asking
happened?
y'all questions and y'all trip the fuck out because I'd like to leave now. Like, he ain't put his
Going
hands
for
on
like
you.
2 minutes. What happened?
I
Yo,
somewhat
He ain't.
KTL just explaining why rape is okay. Like, like
Oh,
I don't
what is
understand.
okay?
Like, yeah,
Whoa.
Well,
let me
we
get
should
some.
have
Let
known
me
what would happen when
I
Bob
somewhat
Celeste come back
disagree.
on the podcast, man.
listen, brother. All I'm
I
gonna say
Well,
is
I
what
this:
Bob
somewhat
said.
I
Uh,
somewhat disagree with
what is
this
okay?
this nigga just said,
That's
right?
BK Bob right there.
This nigga just said. He
yeah.
brought back the meme. Hey, look. All right, so boom. KTL just said he thought the hoes was overreacting quite a bit until the very end of the movie to the situation. Like they was too shook. To me, like
What?
the
Rightfully
door
so.
No.
the door lock was fucking gone. The candle scent was literally blueberry pie. All the lies just unfold.
No,
Yo,
Luno.
Yeah.
They
So
not
he's
even
just a
post.
liar, bro. He
Luno.
didn't
They
They
do
had
not
this
nothing.
man to
even
get his
post the
wife like
deed. in the room with a nigga without a woman present. Like the fuck, nigga, that's
Mhm.
And they
Now
asked
that
that man
shit,
normal.
like
yeah, but
5 times, and he kept procrastinating. Like who
that's
cares?
so
Like
funny, bro. That's so funny. Like your whack ass Mormon faith has got you shook. Like that's
It's
so
not the
Hey,
pathetic,
faith that had
man.
them shook. It was
KTL,
his
if
weird ass behavior,
well,
bro.
Like,
KTL, if you was in a house and all of a sudden the damn door won't
hey,
unlock and the
Slim,
nigga say it's not
that's why
unlocking
I
until
said
the
like
morning.
that. But you know how you notice how I said that shit, right? Like I understand a motherfucker like being like, hey, the door ain't unlocking. That's kind of weird. But what I'm saying is that that motherfucker,
That candle shit too, KTL.
fuck the candle.
Yeah,
That's
that was
nothing. That's
crazy.
that's literally just, oh,
That
you're a
nah,
liar. That's not
No,
scary.
no,
Oh, you lied
that's
about
no
having a pie. Like,
KTL. That's not no normal shit,
you
bro.
got you
That's
Slim, what
that's
can't
I'm
be
some weird
telling
ass
you,
serious.
shit.
I didn't say it was normal, Slim. I'm saying it's not threatening or menacing.
Nah, he
It's
not serious.
creepy.
yeah,
Bro,
How?
KTL
How
dumbass,
it's
KTL
creepy?
dumbass
Bro,
Hold
would have
he
on,
got cooked.
hold
maintained
on,
his
KTL dumbass
listen.
would have.
He
Slim,
wasn't.
I don't know
He
what
would
he
have.
talking about.
That
Slim.
nigga
I
would have
I
seen the
can't.
candle and was like, the
KTL would
nigga
have
making
got
the
cooked.
same type
That
of
shit's
pie
so
as the
funny.
candle.
Motherfucker
KTL wouldn't have
scared of
gave
a
no fuck.
candle.
Like,
He would
y'all
have
The
think
got
he?
nigga
cooked,
say
bro.
the
Motherfuckers
nigga
is
the
afraid of some fake
That nigga
hold
would
on,
blueberries.
have stayed in
hold
that chair
on.
waiting for that pie.
Wait, hold on,
That boy, that
KTL would
boy
have been waiting
already
for that
scared
wait.
of
pie all night.
blueberries, bro.
Hold on, KTL. Let me say something real quick, bro. Let me say something real quick. So you gotta keep in mind too, right? Two unassuming Mormon girls, like you said,
Yeah,
in a house with this random man, and he says, "Oh, my wife is in there baking a pie,"
yeah.
and then you see, "Oh wait, that smell is coming from a
Uh-huh.
candle." Is that
Uh-huh.
not like weird and creepy?
Hey Slim, listen to me, bro.
That is
I'm
creepy
not. I
though.
never said no shit was not weird. What I'm telling
Mhm.
you is that through the tenure of this movie, until you get towards the end of that bitch, he maintained a large distance between him and them bitches. He
That's
sat on the other
true,
side of the
but
table.
Yeah, he
Listen to me,
never
bro.
really touched
No,
them
you can't cut me off, bro. He was
Mhm.
sitting on the other side of the table. He didn't say nothing threatening to them. All he did was say, "Hey, I think your religion is bullshit."
He's so
And then
wrong as
like to
hell.
the point up like whenever they got in like put down in the basement and locked in there with some weird shit. Now that's weird. Even then, like he didn't put his hands on them hoes, but that's where you can start flipping shit. But why are
Listen,
but
y'all tripped
hey,
out
stop,
because
hey,
your
stop, hey,
jacket
look,
is on the
I'm
nah,
not
back
trying to hear it. I'm not
of
trying
a
to hear it.
sofa?
the
If
Your
key
no,
is in
what?
a
jacket's on the
No,
different
no,
back
no,
of
no,
a
no, no,
pocket.
no.
sofa,
Fuck that,
bro.
How you
fuck that,
doing?
Slim. Hey, hold
Go
on,
ahead,
because
Bob. Go
look,
ahead, Bob. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie. One of the things that
I like
A24
the
does
draw.
great with all of their movie is making what's on your
What's
screen
the problem?
very crucial to building the mood they trying to develop. One thing about this shit that was very tense, especially, was the look on this nigga's face, bro. Like, you have to
You was
understand. It's one thing,
unsettled by his expression.
nigga. I had to stare at him because the camera made it so. Like, and
Okay.
another thing too is that nigga, they're already unnerved and nervous. You can see the girl on the left. It's not just because her faith is getting questioned. It's because this nigga seems like he's kind of intense. Like his demeanor
I
was
just
very
didn't
intimidating to
get
them.
that, bro. Like I
Of
didn't.
course you're
I
not, because
didn't.
you're not an innocent white bitch
So
being like
I
like
feel you.
fucking
No, no,
stared
but
down
no.
by
What
an
I'm
old
saying,
white man.
here's what I'm saying is that I think that it's completely acceptable to like be in a situation and be like, I don't want to be here. I should be able to leave if I'm trying to leave. What I'm saying is that I don't get the intensity that you're saying because there was no aggression. He wasn't slamming nothing. He wasn't
but
like doing no. He was just. It was literally that the fucking guy that shaved the dog on Courage the Cow. It was Freaky Fred. That's all he was.
KTL, let
He
me say
was
He
that.
had a
OD
goofy
Let me,
smile
creepy.
on his face.
but
Like
but let me say this, KTL. So I don't think that um physical aggression and like somebody
it's
acting out is like the only
it's all
like.
potential energy, Slim. They was worried and they wanted to imbue a sense of dread
But it
because of
was
what might happen.
psychological.
It's not what it looks like it will happen. It's what could happen in your mind.
But to me, it's definitely seemed like he was playing like psychological mind
If
games
I
with
was
them
sitting
to
there
I'm
try
not
to
in
like.
that
arguing
seat,
that, but
if I
like
was sitting there in that seat, I'm sure everybody, if we were all in that situation there trying to go and like sell some shit or whatever else, and we go into the nigga crib or whatever else, I'm talking about I have to be present with another person. They keep on deferring it. All right, red flag. Oh, I'm making a pie. Turn the candle. Fucking, it's a pie flavor. Nigga, a lie.
it's
What's
a
going on?
pie.
Hey, the fucking the lights randomly go out. Oh, sorry, my house is weird. Nigga, what's going on? Like, what, you know what I'm saying?
Look,
Like,
bro, I
like
feel
things were
you.
just going wrong. Like
It's
you and
not.
you're
It's
I don't
not
know.
like I don't think that you know what I'm saying this shit was weird and wrong and unsettling. What I'm saying is that the expressions that I was seeing, like, was motherfuckers like, oh, he's going to murder me, and I'm like,
KTL.
he very well might, like, he really might do that shit, but like,
Mhm.
why do you think that beyond the fact that the door is locked?
Wait, but KTL, let me ask you a question. Are you telling me, yes or no, like you in this situation, you're
Uh-huh.
telling me like you wouldn't have like got like um I don't know like if you would have physically like
I'm
attacked
about
them,
to
but
say, I don't
you
think
said
that's the
you
right
wouldn't have.
question to ask, because like you said, I'm not some like skinny white Mormon bitch.
Yeah, but I'm saying you're you, and even you
Mm-mm.
being in the situation, you wouldn't like have like
Here's what I'm
uh
saying, Slim, is that
yeah.
like it can be unnerving or whatever the case may be.
What would you
But what
do?
I'm
I'm saying in
saying,
this situation, like
huh?
would you not? You telling me like all this shit going on, nigga, locking the door, lights going off. You wouldn't like have like some kind of aggression towards this nigga, just you being you.
I might, but here's what I'm saying, like a motherfucker, like I don't think you trying to kill me. You just said that like people in my faith shouldn't be
Hell
having
nah,
multiple.
like
They shouldn't be fucking
hell
multiple
nah,
Yo,
like
wives,
he
KTO
bro.
always has these
nigga got
fucking
the
tone
door
deaf
locked.
ass takes, bro.
Like,
I just be killing you,
nigga got the
bro.
I
door
feel
locked,
you,
bro.
bro.
Hey, KTL, why the fuck is the key in a different pocket? Like,
Come
what you
on,
doing?
Slim. A key in a pocket, bro.
No, that means you was going through my
There's a whole lot
pockets.
here that is
He gotta
valid
be
to
trolling,
critique,
bro.
but you picking like you're picking the
KTL,
light
you was going,
shit.
but KTL, you like you're going through my pockets. Is that not a red flag? All of this shit is red
I don't give a damn
flags.
about going through the pocket. You're drawing fucking
Why?
chalk. You're drawing belief and disbelief on doors
No,
and say
no,
both go to a
no, no.
basement.
I'm
Let's
sorry,
focus
bro.
on what's real
KT,
here. Let's
Bro.
not focus on the fact that you took my
Nah, we
well,
fucking
need to skip
shoelace.
past this. No, no,
why
Slim,
don't you
stop.
focus? Hold
I
Slim,
don't
on,
care.
stop.
Bob.
Why
Slim,
did
Wait,
you?
wait.
stop. Slim, stop. Nope.
One
No,
thing, Bob.
bro.
One thing.
You can't do this.
KTL. What about the fact that from the very beginning, like Art said, the nigga keeps saying his wife doing this, she doing that. Why? Hold on, we've been here how long and we ain't
Oh
seen
yeah,
your
yeah.
wife once?
And that's what I'm saying. Like he like a weird liar and shit. And I do agree with you on like
You
that.
can't
The
leave the
wife
house because a
shit.
weird liar has entrapped you, and you're sitting there like, oh, he's not gonna do
Yeah,
harm to me.
that
He
shit
just wants to
sound
play a
life
game.
threatening,
You sound
No,
like an
bro. What?
easy rape victim.
Bro, literally, what I'm saying is
You
like
would be the
it's not.
easiest nigga to diddle.
I
Hey,
oh
oh,
God.
that is KTL gonna follow a path of candy, nigga.
I feel you.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
Luno was the one who said that he was gonna be in somebody's house like from door to door selling. I wouldn't have ever gone and but
Fuck. The
listen,
point
but
nigga.
is
What
that
I'm
once they
saying,
they
yeah,
Slim,
trusted his goodwill as a random ass
Slim.
citizen or whatever else, just say, come in, it's fucking raining. Okay. I don't expect
Oh
niggas to
hell
just
no, there ain't
to
no
take their
goodwill
locks off and
citizens
shit.
here.
Okay, whatever. You're a pessimist who's tone deaf when
that's
there's
that they
red
do
flags
that.
in front of you.
No,
Whatever.
you're
Like,
just afraid. It's okay.
Hey,
You were
hey,
afraid.
Bob,
Like
hold on,
so
Bob,
why
no,
would you
Bob.
ain't
say
no
they're
hate Bob nothing,
overreacting?
Slim.
What
Or
fuck
Why
Let me
would
you
you
ask
say
mean
they're
let
Bob.
me tell
tone?
y'all something, bro.
I got a
Why
question
would you
for
Let me
say
tell
they're
Bob.
you something.
overreacting? Overreaction was just the wrong adjective there. You fumbled, nigga. You have a
That's not
horrible ass fucking
overreacting.
take.
You I said afraid.
Uh-huh.
You told me that those bitches in the movie were overreacting for 90% of the movie, nigga. You're
Nah,
I
they
bro.
was
didn't say
not.
90% of the movie. I said
Yeah,
maybe
they
I don't
until
think
weren't.
they
like
was
the
Up
like
until
overreacting
the
at
last
halfway
all.
30
point or
minutes, the shit
whatever.
was two
I said
hours,
the
No,
bro.
halfway or
no,
the last third. What I'm saying is
they
that
was right.
a
They
Niggas
was
got
motherfucker, bro.
locked
right
in
to
the
me.
basement and said
Listen,
they was
bro.
overreacting.
All that I agree. Puos, that's definitely overreaction because like it's one
Uh,
thing. You're. My problem is that you're not upset that he won't let you leave. Why did you only get this look on your face when
Hey,
he
Keep in
said,
mind.
KTL, I ain't
"Hey,
gonna
No,
lie.
no,
Hey,
Slim,
hey,
fuck that.
Bob, Bob, you
hey,
know,
it's hey,
Keep
Puos,
in
it's
mind.
Freddy versus Jason
Keep
all
in
over
mind.
again, bro."
Pools, keep in mind, bro.
about
Before
to
they
do
went into
it.
that basement, bro, the nigga said to them, I have a proposition for
Get
you two
butt
girls.
naked.
You might
Oh,
want to die. That nigga literally told them he got some bad news for them, bro.
Yeah, and
Why would they be
that's around the time that
overreacting?
I yep.
okay.
This is
hey
Freddy versus
Bob,
Jason again, bro.
you know what we didn't even talk about too,
Uh,
okay, we put them in this situation, all this shit, doors locked, the fake ass candle, like they like all that shit. Keep in mind they have no communication with the outside world in this house either.
And
You
they
correct.
cannot
lied
call
about that shit
anybody if
too.
you
That
want it.
shit funny.
Yeah, that's how like buddy know already. Like you ain't call nobody. But like that's a red flag, bro.
It's
That's
a
a
lot
red
of shit
fucking
like they
flag.
was doing. Like
Bro,
even with the cold word shit. Y'all didn't see this nigga just talk to y'all through a vent. Like he heard y'all say the magic underwear shit.
listen, bro.
Yeah, I don't
All
know
I'm
why they think he
saying
had one little microphone next to the camera. I don't know.
all I'm saying is that it was conversation that was just neutral until a motherfucker said, I really don't think that like y'all should be like the Mormon men should be fucking all these hoes.
But what
And then
about the
them bitches started getting
circumstances?
scared. They were like, "What do you mean they can't have multiple wives?" And that's when it turned. And I was like, that is not a good access point for terror. What are you talking about? Like,
What
That's
do you mean
not where
access
it
point for
turns,
terror?
that
bro.
You're
is,
so
bro. That's
silly,
that's
bro. You're
that's
so
literally. I was
silly.
watching it.
The
Pull
the
some
the
motherfucker.
terror,
Well, for,
the terror, right, is symbolically the things that he's asking them about, but literally it's their predicament. Do you
I
understand that
Yeah,
understand the
juxtaposition?
yeah.
symbolism. What I'm telling you is what I saw. I know
How
what they
many
were
times
trying
do
to
I gotta
do.
ask you
I
to
just
bring your
didn't like
wife
what
in
they
here,
did.
bro?
Yeah,
Huh?
Pool. Hey, Pool's like, I'm not understanding KTL position because I
This nigga just
definitely
has
feel
the
like
blackest
if
take
he
sometimes.
was,
Like, oh, I expect him to
that's
show no
crazy.
fucking fear. Like, what the hell are you talking
I
about, you
don't
dumbass nigga?
believe
He,
KTL would
hey,
be
hey,
cool,
Luno
calm, and
always
collected
presents
in this
my
situation.
perspective by saying words that he believes.
Like
You
if
Like
it
watch
was
it's
his
Pujols,
never
sister,
you
words
and
that
you
like
I
if it was
watch
two
thought.
of
you
his
watch
sisters,
so
he would
many
have
It's
been
more
never
like, "Come
movies.
words
on,
that
yo."
I said.
You
Like
watch so many
I
more
agree,
movies than me,
Pools.
and you have such an insipid fucking critique that they look too scared in a horrifying situation. I can't believe you.
this is
Yeah,
horrifying to you.
I'm gonna be honest,
Nigga,
KTL. You know they
everything that
got
they
they.
did in order to
Slim,
every
I never
situation they
said
put these.
I understand exactly why it happened.
Oh
I know
my
what
God.
led to it. I'm telling you that
But you
I'm
understand
telling you
why
that
it's
it was poor
unsettling. You
movie
said that too.
structure. I'm telling
But
you
you,
that they could have done it better. Like
but
What did you
no, you
no no
said
no no
On
you
no.
the
This
said
is my
fly,
favorite
like
part here. What should they have done
that.
instead? Let me hear it from your mouth. What do you
that
think they should have did
motherfucker
instead?
had a diorama of the whole fucking house right there, and he's doing
Yeah.
his little Monopoly shit. Maybe if he actually starts like what's the word I'm looking for? Like indicating like, all right, so this is where you're at. You can't go out here. You finna go down here and whatever. If he makes aggressive gestures or states that hey, there is turmoil incoming and you are powerless to do anything about this, even in an ambiguous way, that's perfectly fine. What I'm saying is that a motherfucker like they in their depiction of this shit, they picked the wrong time to show terror whenever the conversation was not menacing, as opposed to where it was menacing in other points. And I
And
think
shout
that
out
that's
Fuse in the building
problematic.
too,
KTL,
man.
man. Come on, man.
All right,
What
Shout
do you
out
thanks,
want
bro.
Fuse.
the
Shout
nigga
out
write
Laura.
belief and disbelief on two different
That's what
doors?
I said, Puos. That's where they should have been tripped out about.
That's when they start tripping.
No, Puos, they were sitting there tripping. They were like, wait, there's a key in my pocket that wasn't here before.
Bro,
And
KTL,
like
Sister Barnes really challenged that nigga when he was
she
doing
did.
all those
And she should have
fucking
did that shit.
comparisons to religion. She challenged
Yeah,
them.
she
She
got on his
wasn't
ass.
yeah, and then he wrote that bullshit on them doors. And then
I'm
she
about
like,
to
all
say,
right,
and I
bro.
understand. Like I say, at that point, it's like, all right, bro, like, cause we didn't open both these doors. We can see they both go down in some darkness and shit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like now you on some bullshit.
Yeah.
I understand that, but like, I just don't like that. I was supposed to look and be like, oh, now you're like you're becoming uncomfortable with the conversation when he says that Mormons shouldn't have a bunch of wives, and I think that
Hey,
Yeah,
that's ass.
yeah,
hey,
not
hey,
saying.
Pujols. Go ahead, Art.
Yo.
Go ahead, Art.
Yeah, but say not saying I agree 100% with KTL, but I kind of see where he's going. But I got a different kind of a different point. I feel like
Mhm.
they focus way more on the ideology and the message that they were trying to convey than the suspense, in my opinion. I mean, the
I
suspense was
can.
still there. It was there, but the it felt like the point they was trying to make was being in the spotlight way
I
more.
don't know
Agreed.
that I fully
Agreed.
agree, but I understand why you
Agreed at the
say that.
second half. The first
Yeah,
half,
like I
suspense was building super well. From the
hey
time they
Art,
get
how
to
do
the
you
crib,
respond to these allegations, bro?
I didn't allege him of anything. What the fuck are you talking
Look,
about,
look
white
in the
man?
chat.
All I'm
No,
s-
look, no, look at the chat, the comment. You
Shut
know,
your angry ass up, Reed.
I'm angry
look
because
at
you
the
fucking
comment.
suck.
Reed Celeste. Fuck
Hey,
out of here.
Die.
shout out, my
Shout
man
out
Fuse,
Fuse,
man.
man. Shout
I
out
didn't
Laura.
even.
Shout out everybody in the building.
Yeah,
What they
Fuse.
Come
say?
back to Discord, Fuse.
Prove
The
yourself
game
coming
needs you,
up.
bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
20 people, Pujols. 20 people.
Come on, bro.
Um.
Not
Is
no
that shit
more.
Hey.
real?
95.
Hey,
No. No.
hey,
No.
Like,
No.
Pujols.
No. 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 No.
I didn't seen like 5 people already, Pujols.
Oh, that's Fuse?
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Shout
love
out to
everybody in the
Fuse.
comments. Shout out to these niggas, bro. But look. The
Yes.
suspense was actually really well drawn up until the game kind of got given away and we were in the basement, all right? You know it's fucking over at that point. Everything they're doing after that is just kind of playing with your food. You're not really scared to know what's gonna happen next. You know something bad's gonna happen, but the suspense is pretty much dead by the time we're in the basement. Okay, I felt the most suspense before they went into a door. You understand? I thought they did the suspense well. But to address KTL's point though, At the beginning, the purpose of them showing the fear on their faces and the discomfort was in part because they had their views challenged and shit like that, right? They were trying to give you dimension into the characters. The movie begins with the exposition of a story about a girl getting caught doing pornographic shit and the shame she felt, and how that's an indication that God is real to the girl,
Hey,
right?
Art,
It's
that's
to
where you
illustrate.
felt like them bitches was corny. That part,
Nah, that
because
the main girl was
that's where
corny
I
as
felt
hell
like it
already.
too. I was like, man, these
Yeah,
bitches is
it
She
corny.
wasn't
wasn't
the it
even a
wasn't the
main.
it wasn't the content they was talking about. It was just the way they was talking about like little
Yeah,
girl. I mean, they were young girls, but
They're
They were
you could
fucking
trying to
tell them.
be
Mormons.
they're
Yeah,
Mormons.
yeah,
they're
They're a
yeah.
little
fucking
inexperienced and
Mormons.
stuff like that.
Like,
Supposedly,
I don't watch
I
I
per
don't watch I don't watch pornography. I don't do that. No. Like, it
what the
was,
hell? The cops over there? But yeah, look. So they give you that.
a loud ass
They give
that
fire
you.
nigga,
alarm, bro.
that nigga Art
Yeah,
got to
no,
100,
pick
no
a
100.
doubt.
door right now.
At least
Pick the
that shit
right
got
door, Art.
batteries in it. Yeah, fire. But yeah, like no, what I'm saying is that they told you that sexual story at the beginning or whatever because the girl said something like her faith, she knew her faith was real because in that moment the embarrassment and shame she feels makes her have to believe in something. Do you understand? And then later on when they're talking with the dude in the living room and shit like that, he's asking them the hard questions and stuff like that. What's your favorite fast food? You know, what do you think about polygamy? He wants these so-called religious believing faith-based people to start questioning themselves in real time. He wants to uncover that grossness, that other side of them, and even up
Well,
to the point of the door, right? That's what he wants to do. He wants to test their faith and test their belief. That's his perversion. That's his thing. You know what I'm saying? So the discomfort at first is a symbolic one. It's a metaphor. It's
well,
their
no, the point
discomfort
that
with
you
letting
just
go of their
made
belief.
is pretty fair, but you used a terrible example to do so. You just said he's asking the hard questions, like "What's your favorite fast food?" That's
Yeah,
not a
no
fucking
shit.
hard
It's
question,
almost
bro.
like their fucking fast foods are prohibited by their fucking faith.
No, they said they even said it wasn't like their fate. They just choose not to because she was like, I just choose not to
He had
because
a
she almost
traumatic
died from
experience
Taco
with
Bell.
Taco Bell.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then the
We
other
don't talk
bitch was
about
like, I
Taco
do
Bell.
sometimes. Yeah, they're just like Bruno and shit. But
Mhm.
I in terms of like the structure of the movie, I kind of felt the opposite. Like I do think that like the door like to the fucking basement shit is like I think that that's suspenseful. But I didn't feel like much of a whole lot of suspense until the basement shit started, and it's like okay, you know what I'm saying? Like what the fuck is going on now down here? I was like, I mean, there was like a
Yeah.
lot of disgusting shit too. I was like, nasty ass bitch with them fingers in that pie and shit. I was like, that's nasty. But like,
Hey, can I make a point about like I guess the movie because like I agree with you and it might have been Art, but I agree that it's not that suspenseful for me as a viewer, but I think the whole thing is just like compounding from the very beginning. So it's like as soon as I try to leave out this house and this door is locked, like my guard is up from the get go.
Hmm.
Like my guard is up from that very moment. And so everything else just keeps piling on. So it's not the fact that he's like scary villain archetype character, but all of these weird things keep happening and they're just stacking on top of each other and now we're at the point to where okay we keep asking to leave, we keep asking to see your wife, you're kind of dancing around what we're asking and you're saying okay look you want to leave, okay pick a door, which door do you want to go down,
Yo,
belief
Slim.
disbelief. Yeah.
That nigga said she was like something about my house. About his house. That nigga said my wife built it. Like that nigga was wilding.
Yeah, like
He was
oh, but
wilding,
but but
bro.
then Puos, when he gets to the point about where he starts to tell her, like, are you just blindly believing this shit because you heard it? Like, do you actually think my wife is in there still, or are you starting to question that belief? Like, once he gets to that
Just
part,
because I told
that's
you my wife in there,
yeah,
nigga
that's
D. Like,
really
yeah,
where the suspense really kicks up, KTL.
yeah.
Before they even
That's
get
when it
into the
start right
basement.
there.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, and this is like not really addressing that point right there, but it's the overarching point that I want to like make when watching this movie, right? Like, I feel like this shit. Like there was a lot of good things about it, but this movie was just like a ham-fisted attempt. Like it was weak as fuck to try to dunk on Mormons, and I'm the guy, right?
I don't even
I
think so.
I make
Nah,
fun of
that's retarded take.
Mormons. I make fun of Mormons a lot. Like I do this shit a lot, but literally you can tell that whoever created this movie, like they were like, oh, I have like an elevated school of thought, and you religious fucks are just idiots. Here, come
I
see
don't
this
see
but
that.
I
movie.
but
I don't
but
think
I
You
I
don't
don't
Hold
think
see
on.
that
that.
at
pathetic,
all.
you
But
pathetic
Let me get my
KTF,
believers in imaginary
let me
might
get my
friends.
take
literally
on
Like,
be
that.
the
bro,
opposite.
you're
Might
not
be the
Let me
smarter
get my
than
opposite,
take on
everyone in
that.
the
bro.
room. You're just
I
lame.
don't I
Like,
don't think it was
Let me
one sided though.
This nigga
let me
Yeah,
has
get
no
my
it's
take on
respect
that
definitely
for
though.
not
Like
one
A24.
sided.
I got a kind of similar take. I feel like the reason they got like KCL says, you jokes on Mormons. Even the Mormons are the butt of the joke, even in the religious community. I feel like that's why they chose the like two
they
Mormon
literally
girls
talk
instead of
about
any
how
other
South
religions.
Park be cooking them in the
Because
movie.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, because it's you can't do that with two Jewish bitches. You can't like destroy their fucking
But
ideologies
he
and
did
then
it. He
and
already
He
did it,
then
did.
bro.
I
no,
don't
no, I
even,
wasn't finished. I
I didn't
wasn't
even care.
finished.
It was,
My
I
bad, my
think they
bad. Go ahead.
used, I think
You
they
can't
used
do that and then murder them. Like, like I
I
don't think
think
that would work.
they used Mormons, but I think it was literally just like an attempt to dunk on religion as a whole, and it wasn't
Yeah,
like
yeah,
done
no,
with
they
any
did that
type
definitely
of
for
like
sure.
intellect and shit.
The
It was
character was dunking on the religions,
What's
of
wrong with that
course.
though? Like, yes, one person
But the
questioning religion,
movie
and
itself
then
being purposed to dunk on the religion is
But I
false.
feel like he was presented as the stronger vessel in the movie to do like
and what happened
for
to him?
He's a
the same
theologian or
thing that
But
whatever.
happened to him.
He
but art
right,
academically
yeah,
studied the
but
No,
religions.
art but art even after like yeah he definitely raised those
no,
viewpoints. But even after they had her challenge
yeah,
everything
because
he
yeah, yeah,
said,
she
like
was kind of smoking them too. She was
did
smoking.
niggas not
yeah
see the end of the movie when he
No,
said
no, yeah,
he
no,
told her to pray and she was like, she told her
yeah,
about
yeah,
that case study, like that
yeah
it really don't mean nothing, but it's about how it makes you
Exactly.
feel, nigga.
Like
she
Like,
did
what
this
the
and
fuck
on
are you
then and
talking
then she
exactly.
about?
and then she
And
prayed
that's
and then she
just
prayed and they
another
pretty much
thing
got
where like
answered.
Nigga,
congratulations,
it's about how it makes you feel. We
it's
all know
Yeah,
that this shit probably not real, but it's about how it makes the
I
individual
feel you,
feel or the
bro.
person feel, bro. It ain't about, oh, this shit, nigga, you praying to like some imaginary shit. Like, nigga, get
Uh-huh.
off my dick, nigga. I pray to what I want to pray to, nigga. That's what it's about. What are y'all niggas talking about? Like,
I just
Yeah,
told you
nah,
I
it
was talking
definitely
about,
wasn't.
bro.
I
It
don't
wasn't a
understand.
fucking
Like,
dunk
dunking
on like
on, like, the
religion.
fuck?
Yeah, nah, it wasn't a dunk. And if anything, it was also a dunk on secularism because technically, somebody who's like super informed, super knowledgeable, can make rooms that are fake ass churches with all these
Facts.
diagrams and shit like that, and
That's
studying
a
tons of
retarded
religions.
take.
Right? At the end of the day, he was asking the girl to fucking pray before he died. Right? So it shows the cyclical relationship between disbelief and belief.
Do
It's the
you believe
motif of
he
the
was
whole movie.
sincere when he said that?
Yes.
No, he was
If
literally just like, all right, bitch, we both finna die. Where's your God now? Like, go ahead and start praying and shit. And that bitch literally, and like I say, like what to address
She
what Pools
did.
was saying, you went through like the whole shit, and then in the end, she's like, yeah, you're right. Maybe my religion's all bullshit, but I do this shit because it make me feel good. And so that's like to the purpose, like, oh, congratulations, you went on the journey, and like this was the thing that you came away with, and everybody dies, and like well, I mean, I assume everybody dies, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
I
that's
said
why
that you know
A20
same
that's why
thing too.
A24 doesn't really make movies for corn-fed niggas like you. They make movies for people that can acknowledge the nuance and the
yeah,
duality of different scenes on screen.
they make movies for people who sniff their own farts like you and believe that there's some deeper meaning to this bullshit like paper thin script.
But it
Yeah,
That's what
is
well,
they
though.
make it
yeah,
Like,
for.
you've watched 5 times as
If
many movies
if
as
you
me, and for you to see
yes,
no nuance here is just indicative of the fact
you just believe
you come in with blinders, you come in blindfolded.
you found a movie
You
that
watch the movie like
identifies
an
with your
arrogant
beliefs
troll.
and
You
you're like
watch the movie
pretentious with
like an
it.
arrogant
You're
that
troll.
like,
nigga
You
not
ah,
a
make
yes, I'm
Mormon,
you make
glad that it
skin
KCL.
deep
finally
critiques.
identifies with me.
He's not a
Like
Mormon, bro.
he found
You
his own movie.
He's not a
nigga, you
Mormon,
came to the
KTM.
movie
Why?
to
What
make
the
like
fuck are
skin
you
deep
talking about,
critiques.
fools? Stop
You
talking
said
about
I
Mormons.
identifies
Like
with his beliefs. I mean,
nothing
what else
has to
would
do
you?
with
What
Mormons here. We're talking
The
about the
one
guy
true
that smoked
religion
the
is
Mormons.
control.
it is?
I bet it is.
See, you
Control,
know it
KCF.
is, bro.
That's the
They
one
tell you
true
that shit
religion.
when you a youth, nigga. If you don't do this, nigga, the devil, you gonna go into hell with the devil, nigga. It
Uh
is
huh.
control, bro. You know what it is, bro.
Also, the genius of this movie is that it's not for people who are informed, right? It's for people that are just trying to watch a creepy movie that maybe haven't even thought critically about any of this religious stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think
To
this is
plant the
really
seed.
tremendous movie for just a random person who might be a Christian or just might be kind of unsure. I think this would be a very heavy movie from the dialogue, honestly.
I mean,
Like,
okay,
It
so
is.
hot take alert here. I don't think that you should. be drawing any form of like what your thought school of thought should be from movies and things of the like here. I don't think that that's a good source material for
Damn, even the movie
you know.
itself refuted you.
Okay. And that it's okay to be wrong even on a big screen. That's perfectly acceptable.
Oh,
That's the
sorry,
way that
sorry.
like
So, is the view here that like learning or like having like a worldview that's shaped by the relevant cultural myths, right, around you? Is that there's something some error to that? We also used to teach people through cave paintings that there were dangerous things in the forest, right? Which is probably true. They just
It's
drew
a
it on a
bear
fucking
out
cave.
there.
Do you understand? The idea
it's a
that
bear.
cultural mythos aren't supposed to inspire or influence your worldview is naivety at best. You think you're just going to read Wikipedia your whole life and that teaches you everything? Movies teach morals. They have morals in them. They're myths, but they teach you something valuable about the way to live your life. There's no shot you're pushing this point.
Movies are stories for you to enjoy and recap later. They are the telling of something that exists in someone's imagination and how they would like to depict it.
They
You
teach you
should
something.
not
Tell that
be
to a Christian nigga who watched Passion of the Christ. Like you can say what you
Pause.
want,
I
but
watch that. I don't think you should. Here's the thing. I don't think you should be going watching
that's you
Mel Gibson.
though.
Listen, bro. I don't think you should be going to watch a Mel Gibson movie made about Jesus' death and being like, okay, this is this like helps to confirm my religion. See, like,
KTL, you have the fucking pause, the brain capacity to understand that you shouldn't do that. But everybody ain't as smart as you, bro. It's niggas who don't only thing they know is religion who will go see that Passion of the Christ and damn, they really did like, and they'll leave
I
with
feel like
that, and that's how they
it's so
the rest of their
it's
life it
okay for
leaves an
you to
impact
watch.
on them.
And like I say, it's okay. Like motherfuckers, that's just gonna happen. That's how people are.
Of
We're literally
course.
seeing it. We're seeing it with this movie. Like motherfuckers watch that shit and then identified with like their beliefs, so they are utilizing it in that capacity. What I'm telling you is that as a movie reviewer, which is the purpose of like why we're doing this shit, I'm
Hmm.
telling you why I believe that this is weak structurally in that capacity because I feel like they ham-fisted too much. They focused too much on something that was less consequential to the whole overarching point. I think
Which
they could have done
is
without it. Well, what I'm saying is like the focus didn't have to be that like whether you believe it the guy was right in the end or not, it didn't have to be that like okay, religions are stupid and control is what exists and all of this shit. You could have literally just did a suspense movie where it was like this motherfucker like presenting his points of like he's a crazed heretic as the movie is
but
titled, and he just like does some off the wall whack job shit. Like I feel like they tried to insert nuance where it wasn't necessary and it flopped for me.
So like that
I,
was the
my
Okay.
best part
problem
of the
my
movie
problem
though.
with that is like okay, you saying like they focused the whole
I
movie on it when he set it up. He he made and it had to be her paying attention to detail to to understand that he's doing some bullshit. When
Yeah,
if you a regular motherfucker just in there, you probably wouldn't you be like, damn, this nigga really like he really brought her back or the
I feel you,
control
Pools. I was
product
just
was
never convinced to no shit like that. I was like, bro, this bitch ate a pie and like whatever the fuck. I was like, if anything, like I didn't think it was like some trapdoor shit. I was like, oh, there's like a paralytic or whatever in this fucking pie, and like that bitch got botulism. She threw it up, and now she's straight again. Like that's what I was thinking. You
I
know what
don't
I'm
even
saying?
think the movie is about like control is the main, even though I feel like it is, but I don't think that's the point of the movie because after immediately after that, her beliefs led her to get as far as she did. And Sister Bourne still,
So
I don't
let
even
me
know if she
ask
was
you,
really alive
Pools.
or not. I
Like,
don't even know if that shit was
I
real.
feel
Yeah,
what
that
you're
shit was
saying,
ass.
and maybe you're right, but
That
like
part was ass.
Puos, like, what do you think the movie was about, in your opinion? Like, how did you like interpret it? Since you
I
probably seen it more
literally
than once.
I literally just thought it was a big conversation. Like nobody knows, bro. Like, and for the most part, I do believe control is what has all of us like that because we learn about this shit when we kids. And if you don't have the your own mind to get out of that, you're gonna believe whatever the fuck your parents told you, and they're gonna believe
Okay.
whatever their parents told them. But in this, it's all control. When we little, we all know, nigga, if you do this, you go to hell or whatever. Uh,
I think
And
that Puos. I remember whenever we watched See No Evil, motherfuckers hated that movie, by the way. But like,
Yep.
I
Dead.
remember like that shit. Like, they had the subplot there, or whatever. That like Kane character was that way because his mama was like some overzealous religious nut, and like indoctrination led him to be that way. And I was like praising that. I think that that was really creative as a backstory, and I think it was a poignant point to make there. But my problem is like I don't I like I think that that was like lightly touched upon here, but it feels like the way that you said it, and I can't tell you how you supposed to interpret a movie. But like to me, it like kind of feels like a waste for the if you went through the whole movie and the end result is nobody really knows because we knew that going into it. So like what why did we have the whole conversation
This
then
is
for?
I think it
this is
was
what I'm
just a
saying though.
debate. Just a debate.
That's exactly like I'm not she, but Hugh Grant. His original shit was the Monopoly shit. Somebody did this
Mhm.
idea
That
first, then
monopoly
they
shit some whole
capitalized
shit
it.
too.
Nothing new under the sun, Pooh. What you
Hey,
talking
they
about?
hold
Low
whoever
key, I
really
was
if
gonna
that's
hit you up and
true,
say this is
they
what you
hold
was
that
talking
bitch.
about months ago, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's all about that. But she immediately like, okay, he's making this point, but she immediately defuted this shit. Like, bro, you talking about all the similarities, but why aren't you talking
One
about
motherfucker
the
got a bird for a
differences?
head and shit, bro. Like, you know.
Because that's all it is. Like, of course, if I'm trying to prove my point, I'm not gonna say the negatives about my point. I'm gonna just give you all the shit that correlates to fucking the similarities. Like, yeah, like it's I don't know, bro. It's
It
just
was a chess
I
game,
mean,
and I
his
definitely was
thesis.
interested by the part where, like, okay, you know, he made a point and she made a point. Now, what's he gonna do? And then he did some shit. But like I
Mhm.
say, when it got to the point around the time where, like, there was some grandiose point that was supposed to be made by some bitch eating some pie and throwing up and like supposedly dying, and then whatever, I was like, okay, this kind of feels like it's jumping the shark for me because, like, I don't know what would lead me to believe. You know what I'm saying? Like why you pushing like, oh, we gonna see a miracle? Okay, if we do, and then what? Like what are you
Listen,
He was
trying to
trying.
show
He,
me
he
here?
was
I
trying to
am
get her
not.
to. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was a fan of The Basement and Beyond. I thought that from here, what I was expecting to see were gonna be a number of different sort of like either cliches or just a hurried attempt, if you will, of trying to what would you say, justify the amount of suspense they built up until now.
Mhm.
Honestly, in horror films, you kind of expect when there's so much suspense, go down a door. You finally got to choose. You think they're going to endure the worst torture, see the most gruesome stuff or whatever. I thought that that shit was a joke when they got down to that basement. I felt like what I was watching on that screen was one of the most like pretentious sequences ever. And the problem that I have why I'm conflicted is because I'm not sure if that like pretension of Hugh Grant's character there and the pretentiousness of the script and the simulation theory stuff, I'm not sure if that was also intentional just to express the fallibility of secular thought about the afterlife, or if he really thought this was like a profound punch to the
I
But
audience
mean,
on the
within
but
the
then
like
but
script,
then she
they
gave
were
a.
saying that she was like he was scrambling because that probably
Yeah,
wasn't his
they
plan.
gave that little excuse for it. Like, oh
But I
yeah,
do feel like
she
it kind
messed
of
it
like
up.
jumped the shark for me, where I was like, okay, like yeah, like because I'm telling you, bro, it's like at that point I'm like, okay, so you killed this bitch, now you done carved like a birth control thing out of her, and you're like, this is a microchip, and she's a robot, and it's a simulation
Bro,
and all that. I'm like, bro,
KTL.
this
Let,
is
like
stupid, bro.
and we can't hear you, Art. You sound muffled.
Yeah, you can't hear me.
Yeah, you
Can hear
good.
you
You good.
now.
Oh no, I say I feel like they jumped the shark with the like they when he had the woman in the that was supposed to be a prophet eating a pie. I think that was the part that like kind
That's
of
what
went
they
Yes,
talking
over.
about.
that's where it
That's what
began
they
Okay,
for
talking
all
about.
right,
me.
I just came back. My bad.
But can I say
Because I'm
this
like, well,
about it?
what is this? Like, how, like, so what you had just had two fucking fake prophets,
But
just
but
They
look
like in
got a
your
though,
lot
basement
of
so
them
waiting,
down
yeah,
there though.
yes they did. But this is my thing about it, bro.
just waiting for
Like
two
I
women to
was
come to his
actually
house.
nah. They was I guess they had an appointment to come there. But my whole thing is that I wasn't even off the ship like at the moment when they got into the basement because I think it was a fantastic movie. The dialogue, like you said, the conversation up until for me, it was like the last 20 minutes. Like once she
Hmm.
flipped the table and got into all that shit, it kind of went downhill for me because
So
Yeah, I kind of
Slim,
just felt like it was like that
yeah,
movie with the, Don't Breathe or whatever, where they find the basement and it was just like turkey baster, like all that shit.
y'all didn't
and
like
at
how
Uh,
least
like
that made sense to me. That makes sense to me. I ain't gonna lie.
y'all
yeah,
didn't
fair,
like
fair
how the
enough.
naive bitch turned into like she been fucking keeping notes the whole
No, I
time,
did not like
understanding
that.
what's
I
going
did
on.
not like that. I did not like that.
What?
I did not like that. They
I
put her
kind of
in the
Yeah,
like
role.
that shit
They
because
put
it
her in the
still
they
looked
put her in the
like she
position to
was like
represent the
nervous
my
and
bad, bro.
shit.
Yeah, they
No,
put her
no,
in the
go
position
ahead,
to
go
be
ahead, go
like the
ahead.
blind follower of her faith and shit. For most of the movie, you hear her like trying to echo and like make sympathetic appeals to this dude or whatever. You seem
hmm
like a very nice man, do you want to know our father? Meanwhile, the emo looking bitch, the one that looks better, she was like saying a lot of questioning stuff to begin with. Her
she was the
skepticism was
challenger.
obvious. She was the challenger to begin. But then at the end of
Hmm.
the movie, in a ditch effort to have a conduit for the awareness of how bullshit what this dude's talking about, we need to just suddenly imbue this chick with that third eye so that
Well,
she can like
Bob,
run
I
this.
knew,
Yeah, like
bro, I knew that was gonna happen from the very beginning. I ain't
yeah.
gonna lie, like a lot of the stuff towards the end was kind of predictable to me, but I knew from the very beginning, I was like, okay, like I see her character, I see what she is now, and I knew that she was going to be the one at the end that turned into what she was and had to be the one to
Oh,
do
I didn't
whatever
think
it
that.
took.
speaking of
Matter of fact, I was
which,
mad. I thought I was mad when I was Shorty died. I'm like, damn, you stuck with this bitch now?
I'm about to
Like
say,
that's my
yeah,
thought.
yeah, that's the corny bitch, but also
Well,
like,
well, you had to get rid of her
let
so
me
that she could do what she did. But then
let
the
me
other
No, they
girl
did a
address
came
good
back to
job of
this.
that though.
life.
They did a good job.
But
Who
she
you're
came back to
full of
life,
shit.
Art.
Yeah, I don't know how that was some bullshit,
I
but
hate
I
Yeah,
it when
and
she
then
understand. I
came
and
back
then
understand.
to
the
life.
question and then the question is
I don't
like, is it
understand. I don't understand
lyrical?
how the hell. I don't even understand how he was able to do what he did after he got stabbed in the throat.
Me
Like,
either.
Who
You're right.
else
like both,
is
yeah,
full of
that shit was
shit?
bogus for both of them. Like that shit was ass. I ain't
Hold
like
on,
that.
That
But
KTL.
I
Well,
get
one more thing.
I kind of get.
Art.
I
No, Art. I don't understand how the lady was able to do all that shit. First of
yeah,
all,
yeah.
she damn near starving down there. She's
Yeah,
weak
this is
as
a
a
fantasy.
bitch. She come up from underneath, like there's a table above it. She comes up and I guess moves the table out of the way, grabs the
Yeah, that
woman,
was
drags her
ass.
body down. She covers it. Well, she pulls the table, then she covers it back up with gravel. She did all that shit, and they ain't hear shit. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seemed a little bit far fetched for that particular
Hey Slim,
scene to
even
I
do.
just didn't
when
really
she
give a
opened
fuck
that
about
when
it.
she opened the basement, you heard that whole creaking and shit. Like you would have heard that
Yeah.
shit, bro.
Listen, bro. First things first, and I probably should have addressed this earlier. Yeah, Puos, you're full of shit, bro. Like you
What
said,
happened?
you talking about this bitch is like she like Mia Goth and shit. Boy, that
She
bitch do
is.
not like Mia
That's
Goth at all,
Iris.
boy.
I'm not
That
talking
bitch,
about just this
that
one movie, nigga. I'm talking
I,
about her in
I
general.
feel
She
you,
got
bro.
wild, cold shit, nigga, that you
I
don't know
feel
about.
you, and I'm telling you that
I
this
think
bitch
KTL
is
said he's saying companion.
way better.
Nigga ain't seen no motherfucking
This
companion.
bitch is
He
way
said
better
companion.
than
She
Mia
definitely
Goth,
better
bro.
than Mia Goth for sure.
Oh my
You said
god, this
badder
bitch
or better?
Both.
better.
She not
I
better.
mean,
She definitely
I saw
badder,
some
but
pictures. I
I'm
saw
not
some
talking about acting,
pictures.
Puos. I ain't talking about
I saw
like
acting.
some pictures of this Sydney Sophie, whatever her name is.
I
Sophie.
don't know that bitch name.
I don't think we
Yeah,
talking about her.
her name is Sophie something or another. Is that the one
You
you
talking
talking
about
yeah,
the
about? Is
right
better
or the
than
Sophie.
me?
left?
It's Sophie
You talking
something.
about the blonde chick?
Nah.
No.
The
Yeah,
black
I'm talking
hair,
about the
dark
black hair.
hair.
Yeah, the black hair bitch was like Sophie something or another. I looked her
Yeah,
up.
it's Sophie
Some pictures
something.
she looks
Okay.
absolutely disgusting, but some pictures she looks very cute. This
I don't
movie she
care.
looks
Hey,
very
bro, at
cute.
one point, me and Ruth said to pause. We had to do the fucking Hulk podcast last night. And so, like, I was, like, watching through this movie. And I paused that shit. And, like, we had to do that bitch. That bitch took, like, 45 minutes to an hour, some shit like that. And it was, like, paused on that bitch face, like, up there on the screen. And, like, I was sitting
Hmm.
there, doing the podcast. And I would look over. I was like, damn, this bitch really kind of pretty. Like,
She
you
fun
know
as
what
hell.
I'm saying?
I think
Like,
she is.
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy, man. Like, if for him to say Mia Goth look like like is bad like this bitch is.
Never said that.
Come on, bro.
I was talking about the acting, my nigga. The fuck?
I feel you, bro. But somebody posted her and then you put a heart under it and said like,
Cause I love the bitch, nigga. What you want me to do?
True. I feel the
You
same way
you
about
got a
Gal
picture with
Gadot,
no
except
eyebrows, KTO.
I know I
Picture
didn't
with
want
no
to say
eyebrows.
nothing
Man,
about the
got
eyebrows,
fire. I
bro.
don't know what the fuck nigga
I
talking
feel
She
the
about,
don't be
same
bro.
way
having
about Gal
eyebrows. That
Gadot,
just is
bro.
her
We
character.
not talking about her acting.
You talking about
Yo,
her face? I'm looking at her right
yeah,
now,
but
nigga.
Oh man,
I mean,
Hey
she was
guys,
good
stop being
acting, but
dogs,
I'm
would you?
never
Stop
gonna
talking
talk
about her
about.
looks, man.
she a
We
good
off that,
actor for
man.
sure.
Yeah.
I think yeah,
So
I do think acting wise she is similar to Meg Golf though. Like I,
Kinda, I
Me and
guess.
Hey,
Goth really like that.
you know, hey,
huh?
you know the other thing too. Like I don't know, y'all get me?
That boy
Yep,
Slim is
Yeah.
glitching.
I
My
hear
shit
you.
tripping, KTL. I'm good.
Ah,
I
go
hear you.
ahead. You
Okay.
good?
The other thing too, like I don't know if y'all really like have an issue or not, but I want to point out, I guess the entire plan was, I guess the plan was for them to, whenever Buddy the elder walked up to the door, and then they went to try to like scream at the door and all that shit. Right then and there is when the lady was supposed to come up and switch the shit, do all that shit we just talked about. But I think that is dependent on the timing of him coming to the door, like the
Yeah,
exact moment when he comes. So I don't know if y'all have a problem with that, but I kind of just like, I
I
ain't gonna
do.
say I hate it, but I acknowledge that that
No,
shit was
I thought of
dependent
that too,
Uh,
on the
Slim. I thought of
very
that too,
exact
Slim.
moment.
Yeah, I
I
don't
thought of
like
that
it.
too. Like what if that nigga ain't never come? like
Yeah, or
Hey,
what or
fucking
what if he can't?
yo,
we come on, bro. Come on, bro. The context is literally 20 seconds
man,
away.
what's
Stop.
going on with you, bro?
They
Art
got
says
me.
I've
This
been
is gonna
waiting
be
for. Hey,
gay.
hey, Slim.
You
Art
talking
said I've
about a
been
movie
waiting for
plot
a
hole?
long time and it didn't happen.
And that nigga Art was concerned, but what if he don't do it?
How come? What? Where's it at? Like,
he said,
The nigga don't come, man. Just how they gonna get out?
how are we going? How,
then,
there's
And
then
days in the
what?
arrive. What
movie
if
if
the
he don't
nigga
come.
didn't arrive to
Puos.
the door?
What we supposed to do if
Look,
he don't do it?
I'm
"Hey,
not
You
look,
gonna
watching
have
this
to
movie if he
be
don't
by
what
the
if
come.
the
door
nigga
Like,
didn't
forever if he
arrive
don't
to the
come.
door? All right,
respectfully,
bro. All y'all are
respectfully,
over
bro.
38
I
years
ain't
old,
watching
bro.
this movie if he don't
Nah,
come.
that shit
Like,
was gay as hell. But no, look,
That shit is
And that
crazy,
nigga
bro.
Art was
3 out of
watching the
10
whole movie.
movies. Like,
Can't tell he was watching the whole movie, waiting for the moment that nigga came, bro.
hey,
The
hey,
whole
Slim, that motherfucker watched the wrong movie. He didn't
Niggas
watch
is
Heretic. He watched Heretic.
this is y'all thinking of all this
nah,
gay
that's
ass
he
shit,
watched
bro.
insane.
what?
That is
He
intense. That
watched
is
what?
intensely
Heretic. He
gay,
watched
bro.
Pause.
Heretic. It is pause.
Whoa.
Yes, he watched that hoe.
Harris
That
Dick? Who was Harris?
Harris.
See, now
Hey,
you gay,
yeah.
man. Now you
Oh
gay.
yeah,
That's
all
You
right.
adding shit
Yeah,
to it.
y'all dragging
Yo,
this shit on, bro.
enough.
Herod
I'm gonna
Dick
just
is
say that.
Shut your
pause.
Nah,
faggot ass up.
enough. We gotta stop this, bro. I, yeah,
But what I'm
man.
saying
I'm
is
just
anything
saying.
could have happened in that time, bro. Like, what if only one of the girls went to the window and shit? Like, what
Thanks.
if,
And one of them
like,
stayed and was
yeah,
Yeah,
like
still looking
that
at the
shit was
woman.
a
Like,
major plot hole.
that was
yeah,
that.
Nah.
it's a good amount of that.
Listen,
Hey
man.
Roots here, man.
The fact that all that
What's
bullshit
up, bro?
happened just so she could do some fucking Sherlock Holmes shit at the end for no fucking reason, bro. That shit just kind of irritates me, son. Everything in the movie felt super well planned. It felt so
What did she know
appropriate.
to? I guess.
And then at the end, it's
She
just like
pay attention, Slim.
It was
let's suddenly make her
shoehorned,
a
bro.
300
Yeah,
IQ
nah,
genius.
plus.
Like,
She liked that.
let's
Hey,
take her
Yeah,
and
to
and
that
and
was like
hey,
that
hey,
was
hey,
a
Bob.
Batman level. That was a Batman level like type of
blow up.
detection. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
Not
yeah,
Hey,
literal
really,
Bob.
blow
yeah.
up.
You
bro.
switched the route,
Hold
do
on.
the
Hey,
narrative.
hold on. Hey, Bob. And she did
Wow.
all that shit, all that figuring shit out, just for her homegirl to have to come back to life and save her after she got cut in the fucking arm.
That's
And
another
the
thing though,
nigga
bro.
Yeah,
grabbed the
Niggas
don't
don't
vein.
fucking
hold
He,
on, hold on,
remind
hold
me,
on, hold
bro.
on. Niggas
Bro,
don't
there
know
was
if
no
that's even
blade in her
real,
arm,
bro.
nigga. She got poked in her stomach. What are you talking about?
Niggas don't know if that's real. Like she could have already been dead. She just thinking Sister
yeah,
Barnes
that's the
came back to
ambiguous
life,
shit.
nigga.
Hey, Roots hate that shit.
I knew,
Yeah, I
hey,
do.
Slim, I watched this, so I said Roots is going to be
That's that
pissed at the
ambiguous
end of this
shit.
movie. I saw that butterfly shit. I was
The
like, Roots
butterfly
going to be
shit too.
pissed,
Yeah,
boy.
Yeah, bro. They got so many callbacks in this movie, bro. Like I can't think all of them, but they got a lot of them,
personally,
bro.
Puos, I think she. I mean, I guess it can go both ways, but I think the way I looked at it was that
Hey,
she survived.
Sister
I don't know.
Barnes did not come back to life. That nigga cut
Not
all in
not.
her arm and shit.
I know, and I thought, and I think she did. That's
you
why
don't know
I
that,
hated it.
Puos.
That's why I hated it.
That fine
Well,
ass bitch ain't come back
the
to
thing
life.
is
You don't
the
know that,
butterfly
Puos.
thing. The butterfly thing was two callbacks at once because it was a callback to her saying, "I want to be a butterfly," so people can I can follow around my loved ones and I'm laying on their hand, not their
Yeah.
arm, not their hand, blah blah blah, all that shit. But at the same time, it was the near death experience of losing shit at the same time. So I look at that as she didn't die.
That means
But
she
that
didn't
shit
die
wasn't
That
then.
even
didn't
real
seem
though.
that
She
didn't seem
hallucinated
like
that.
death, but maybe just a near death experience.
But she
Yup, and then
hallucinated
some
that shit
guy on
though.
fucking Rotten Tomatoes is
The
gonna comment that like the Mia Goth looking bitch actually didn't exist the whole time. It was just a blonde chick, but the girl was kind of like the devil on her shoulder, or her like her fucking like
Oh
it or
no,
her
hell
shadow or
no.
whatever, and all the blah blah. Like I already know, man. That shit. Hey, man. At the end of the day, she
The
miraculously
last
became a
quarter of
three
this
hundred.
movie was ass.
She became a
Nah.
300 IQ, fucking daring,
Yes,
fucking
it was.
courageous,
Nah, I
brave,
fuck with
fucking
it.
willing to stab a
It's the
nigga
last
ass. Like
20
no,
minutes,
like
Pulos.
That
I
she.
nigga
hated the
tried
last
to
20
like.
minutes.
That nigga told that bitch, nah, man, she ain't real. She just an NPC. That's why she want to come back to life.
Nah, that shit was
He
crazy.
he he thought
That
she didn't know
nigga
what the fuck
funny as
birth
shit.
control
He
was.
went
Like,
digging in
damn.
that whole arm, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
that shit was gross. Like,
Nigga said, "Oh nope, that's a vein."
he
I
said,
said, "What
that's
the
a
Hey,
fuck,
vein.
Pulos.
bro?"
Like,
just cause the
Hey,
bitch play
Pulos.
naive don't mean she don't know what the
You know
fuck
what would
going
have
on,
made this
Slim.
movie go up like
Also
3 points,
facts.
bro?
come on, pause.
You know what would have
What
Come
you
made
talking
this
on,
about,
movie
nigga.
go
Pulos?
up 3 points, bro?
What the fuck they got to do with me?
I'm gonna tell you what would have sold this movie. Is the alternate ending they could have did
Why
that would
you
have
looking
made
like
this
that?
movie 5 stars out of 5, bro.
He
Got a
gonna
And
say some
problem?
rape
maybe
shit.
Go
I'll
ahead,
tell you
bro.
what. So she moves the table, right?
Uh-uh.
She's trying to figure out how the hell they switch the bodies out. She finds the trap door
Hmm.
going down, right? She
Hmm.
goes down that shit, right? After he says whatever, will you trust it? Will you try to whatever? She goes down there and looks up, and nigga closes the lid, and the
Like,
movie
that's it.
ends.
That's what I thought was finna happen. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was gonna close her ass down
It's
there.
good.
There,
Why
it's
Why?
is
so
that
open-ended
fire?
at the end, the purpose
Why
of
the fuck
everything
did the
that
Hulk come
happened.
on the screen?
Oh my God, bro, that would have literally that moment there, would have just all open-ended with the end. You could have thought about like what happened and like, what I'm saying,
That's
been
what I
open to
expected
I
to
discussion.
don't
happen.
know
I ain't
why I
gonna
would
lie.
have cared because that feels like so predictable. Like that's what should have
I
happened.
definitely
Okay, and that's
expected
the
that to
end.
happen.
Oh,
Like
it's
that's the end.
predictable, right? It's predictable, but that's better than making an ass of yourself at the end of the fucking movie.
I don't
But
know. It depends on who you
hey,
ask. Some
Puos.
people think they made an ass of themselves through the second half.
Hey, Puos. That nigga
Yo,
shouldn't have. He shouldn't have been able to do what he did after he got stabbed in the fucking neck like that.
what you mean?
At
I
Like,
least
don't know
walk
not
why
that
away?
that
quickly.
sentence is so funny to me.
At
Slim
least not
said,
that
man,
quickly,
he
bro.
shouldn't
Nah,
have
you
did
right
what he
though.
did, man. Hey,
You shouldn't
Roots,
have
Yeah,
you
been
bro.
got
able
the
to, he
fucking
said.
Roots. You got the ticker saying the Hulk 2008 on here, bro.
He shouldn't have
Yeah,
been able to
everything
do
was
it.
good before Roos got here. I ain't gonna lie. That
That's
nigga came in
crazy.
here and fucked
GG16.
everything up.
Good episode, man. My
Yep.
review is
Hey, Puos.
8.5.
Hey, Puos. You know what's crazy though?
Yep.
What?
I think it was a really good movie until the ending, and I kind of agree with Bob. I
He shouldn't have
think
did what he did, huh, Slim?
they should have made a different ending, and it probably would have made this shit
Well,
like
what would you have done at the end? Then pause.
I don't know, but I don't like shit
I
that
don't know if
happened in
that's
the last
a
20 minutes.
relevant question. I think it's either you like what
Nigga,
they did
how
or
is it
you didn't
not a
like what they
relevant
did.
question?
I ain't gonna
Well,
lie. Hey,
I just think it's you cannot like something
nah, he just
and
asking.
it doesn't matter
He
I'm
just
what
just
Well, no,
asking
I
what I,
asking
get what
nigga like
Root's
what would
saying.
they
He's
have
like,
he's
done to
asking how
switch it
would I
up?
have
yeah,
How
improved
is
well,
that
on.
not
Pujols,
relevant?
he
The fuck?
hearing it like motherfuckers be saying, well, if you don't like it, what would you have done instead? Like,
Nah,
Yeah,
he ain't saying
correct.
that.
I do ask those
That ain't what he's saying.
questions.
But
What's
hey,
wrong
I'm
with
gonna
that?
say this, man. Ice,
ass,
if
Pujols.
Barnes came back, if
Fuck
Barnes
out of
came
here.
back and stayed alive, that would have been even worse to
Yeah,
me.
that was
Cause I
ass.
seen what happened to her. She shouldn't have ever been able to come back alive at
Yo,
all.
you see how he sliced Barnes'
He ain't
ass
even
up
cut
though?
that hole that deep, bro.
And he chopped into
But
her
he
arm. She
grabbed
didn't
her
twitch or
fucking
nothing.
vein, KTF.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she sat there and like
That
she
shit
was
was
tough through
fire.
that shit, Slim.
Look, that bitch talking about some magic underwear. That nigga got it slicing,
He
nigga.
sliced the
Bitch,
fuck
I
out
can
of
hear you
her.
up here. I know the plan.
Yeah,
Hey,
That is
man.
fucking
Like
for a
hilarious,
second,
yeah, he
bro.
slashed that bitch
hey,
quick as a
look,
bitch.
I'm gonna say that for a second. I was like, I seen the look on Paxton's face, and for a second, I was thinking, damn, is she finna kill her friend? Like, she got the thing in her pocket. Is she finna do it? And I seen it happen, and I thought it was her for a second until
That would have
I,
been fire if
No, it
this
wouldn't
whole
have
thing
been. Why
was
would
set
she
up
do
before.
that?
And I'm gonna be real, and like
that
this
shit
might
was
be
a
a little bit
setup. Who else?
fictitious. I don't know about you guys, but I think two young, spry women or whatever else. I mean, they was just willing to walk 4 miles back home if they was able to get out, right? Y'all couldn't
Yeah,
take this nigga the 2v1.
I was thinking that
they didn't
shit
even
too.
try. They didn't
They didn't
try.
even try.
They was just trying to
This
get
I
is
up
ain't gonna
out of
lie.
they
there.
was trying to
With
use
a
like intellect though.
with a blade though,
Intellect.
like I feel like you
No,
can just
Puos.
jump this nigga.
They was just
That's what
trying
He
they
to act.
definitely
Cause
said.
could
they
just jump it. Like as soon as they
They
got on
literally
top, even if
said
he tried to
like
reach
Hey,
for his blade or
careful,
anything
Roots.
like that, he would have
They
been
gonna say
donezo.
that that's like caveman far-reaching forehead thinking. Like,
And
Hey,
there's no
Puos, they
rules when you're
wasn't even
fighting for
trying to
your life.
use
They could have scratched
intellect,
his
bro.
eyes out. They
They
could have
was
done everything. They could have stomped on a nigga nuts. They could have just ended this nigga.
you
Like
could have
this is
just
look.
beat that
Yeah,
They
like the
nigga.
wasn't
first
even.
move. Yeah, I was thinking like the first move a little bitch would do in this
kick him in the
situation
knows?
kick a nigga in the nuts. Why is there no
Right.
nut kicking?
Unless he
But
planned ahead of time and just chopped
I
him
think
off. That's why he got
I
no
think it
wife.
does make
That's
sense
crazy.
though. Like when you take into account their background, I think it does. Well, more so Paxton than Barnes, but because I think Barnes,
Barnes was
she
a
Yeah,
convert,
one
so
of
she's
them's from
lived her
Philly
life
and shit.
questioning.
Like,
She
you
had
know
a
how to
damn
yeah,
rap.
birth control thing in her arm. You know she be out
like
fucking
she
in the churches
fucking.
and fucking.
8.5
She
Slim.
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah.
bro. She be fucking
I
and she be
got you, bro. I
scrubbing. She
got
from
you.
Philly, cuz.
Chill out,
That's
boy.
why. That's why Shorty was telling her that pornography story, and she wasn't phased at all. She like, oh yeah, I got caught watching porn. Yeah, cool. Shorty, Shorty been caught fucking. Like, what are you talking
I
about?
mean,
Yeah,
like, so the
I
thing
feel like
is,
we
like,
I
bro,
feel
I
like we
don't
knew
like.
that though, right? We knew that from the beginning
Well,
about her
that bit,
character.
like, you literally, he asked them at one point, like, hey, y'all born and raised Mormons and shit. And the one bitch, she's like, yeah, since I was a baby, I was like one of 8 sisters and whatever the
Eight
fuck.
kids.
And then
That shit
the
crazy.
other bitch, she was sitting there talking about, like, oh, no, I converted whenever I was 8 or whatever the fuck. Like,
One
Hmm.
thing we might be able to say to rescue the kind of 380 or 180 or whatever is to say that since she was the real devout Mormon that came up and everything, that the stressful situation might have made her repress doubts or repress like sort of ways of thinking and acting kind of come out after being suppressed. That might be the only bit of charity I'll give, but otherwise, pretty miraculous end of the movie. I can't lie.
Wait, let me ask the question. Like, do y'all think because the entire like time, let's say the first half of the movie at least, the nigga like KTL was saying, he's not showing any form of aggression. He's kind of like what I think he was just doing like psychological mind games, doing a
he
little bit
stayed
of his
across the room from them the whole time and was just like, hey, what do
yeah.
you think about Mormons?
So it was a complete switch up like towards the end with his character. Do y'all think that that
I don't
was
think it was.
necessary?
Yeah, I don't know
Well,
that that
well,
was.
well. I think it was the inverse of like
I
his
think he
behavior
did
from the
in any
beginning.
in any situation. I think his character remained the same. I think in any situation he exerted enough
Just woke up,
energy and
actually.
effort to remain in control of a situation. When that bitch
Yeah,
got a little bit too crazy, talking about some magic underwear, sliced the ass up real quick, then went back to what he was doing. When the other bitch,
but
you know
I'm
what I'm
asking
saying? Like
KTL
when the
because
other
it
bitch was like
essentially
doing what she was doing,
yeah.
he was like, "Hey, let me just stab you up real quick." Like,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like essentially he just turned into like the average horror movie killer like towards the end. I'm saying, do you think that was necessary? Like, could they have like
Jesus.
kept his
Like
character like how he was in the first half of the movie and
the
still
first half of the
been able
movie, he
to?
intended to
No,
kill them
because he
anyways.
has to. He
yeah,
has
you
to get
have to
aggressive in
do
order to keep the.
something. Like,
Yeah.
you
I don't
can't just,
necessarily agree.
bro, you can't just be
Nah,
menacing the whole
every
movie and
indication,
never like enact
like
any type
Slim.
of
This is the
action.
reason why I got cross with KTL at the beginning, right? Lock the
Mm-mm.
door, bunch of fucking lies, right?
Right.
Every attempt to restrain them possible. They're not gonna get hurt there.
Well, it's I'm not talking about them being hurt, but let me say like John Kramer. I don't think John Kramer was necessarily an aggressive like person when it came to
No, but
killing.
he
Like John
did
Kramer
Oh,
was
shit to
sorry
soft.
about
people.
that. I thought your claim
Yeah,
was that he
exactly.
became kind of a generic killer at the end.
Well,
He
no, I was
was.
asking like he pretty much just became like stab in the neck, grab you, like yeah, like I guess you could say generic killer. But I'm saying
That was
like
the
for the
means
Mhm.
that was the means of it. But I feel like if anything, he is very close to the generic killer, which is what makes the film kind of fascinating, is that they give us like a kind of novel dialogue, like some interesting like gems and stuff like that. But at the end of the
Very
day,
interesting, by the way.
he's no different from like your typical psychopath that has delusions of grandeur or really grandiose tales to tell before he murders you. It's the same
Hey,
shit.
Slim, did you watch
Yeah,
Slim, you watch Silence of the Lambs?
yeah.
So like Hannibal Lecter throughout that shit, for a lot of the time he is cold, he's calculated, he's whatever, but he's menacing in the same way. However, you have to have that part where he does the breakout and eats a motherfucker face off and beats somebody else to death to show that like there is action there. Like you can't build
But
up a
Hannibal
lot of
Lecter wasn't the
suspense
he
and
wasn't
never
the
have.
main villain of that movie.
I mean, even like Buffalo Bill
He's
did like a
still,
similar thing.
Buffalo Bill did
yeah.
a
Buffalo
But
lot of
Bill was
shit.
just a
my
fucking
point
absolute.
Buffalo
being
Bill did a lot of shit. However,
my
his tone never changed.
well, what I'm
As far as
saying
when he
is
was
that
speaking.
Yeah,
like
but he was cutting people up and killing them from the very
Slim,
beginning. I
all
think
this
that's not
suspense
the same.
shit it's all like it's dopamine play, bro. It's motherfucker like fucking around with your mind with like some fear
Right.
chemicals and shit. You can't do a setup a whole movie and never have a punch, bro.
Well,
it's gotta lead to something, or else it's like, well, what was I suspended for two
That's a
hours
good
for?
that's exactly what I was saying. The suspense built, and then I seen a bitch throw up pie. I was mad.
but let me say this, Bob, because what I mean is,
He was mad
and
at the
I'm looking at
pie.
it from the perspective of for the first of the movie, I'm looking at it like the horror here is really psychological. It's not really physical. And in terms of like what I was saying about John Kramer was never the type of killer to grab you, stab you, slice your neck. No, he killed people, but he did it in a way that was kind of he did it with like technology and machinery, and it was kind of, I guess, clever or creative or whatever. I
Yeah.
was asking, like, do you think that he could have still pulled something off, still being like a cerebral type of, I guess, thinker, as opposed to a I'm gonna grab you and stab you in the neck type shit?
I mean, yes, I think they could have kept his kind of, they could have kept him pretty much mostly non-violent and just ended with a trap door or something, like just like an actual trap that ends them or whatever else.
That's what I thought was gonna happen when they went into the basement. Kind
There
of
was
just,
also a part of me that made me think that what he wanted to do was make them question their beliefs so hard that they just killed themselves.
I was thinking that
But
too. Like,
but I also think
because
that that's
didn't she
why
say something
that's
like
why
that?
they
Well,
wrote
Yeah,
yeah,
she
they wrote
said she was trying to figure out how he was
He was
gonna
gonna
make
make us kill
them
ourselves or
killing
something like that.
themselves their
and I
own
think
idea.
that's
Yeah.
kind of like a
That shit
snarky
was clean
comment
too.
towards like people who are towards films that have the scenario being trapped against your will and then them losing hope and killing. That's kind of like a making fun of those guys sort of deal. But he had something different in mind. So I thought that was a little snarky. But what we got
Mm.
instead was kind of just like a very anticlimactic things that
Yeah.
were said between each other in the holding room or whatever. Really, it
Mhm.
really didn't move me anyway. The real religion is control is so funny a statement because you might think that's the moral of the film, but I think the actual moral of the film isn't like a statement. It's a dialectic between belief and disbelief, right? So
the
Mm.
moral
saying
of
the
the
only
film is
religion
don't go
is
into a
control,
stranger's house. I feel like
thank you.
Well, yeah, we,
The the,
door to
the
door.
the
Good
statement the
stuff.
only religion is control is like the epitome of existentialist, like atheistic nihilism. Do you
Mm.
understand? All religions are just ways to control people. Nigga, I've heard people with room temperature IQ say that sentence. You know what I mean?
Factual.
So to people who walk away from the movie thinking that's what they were trying to teach us, no, no, that not at all. He was just representing his side of the coin until death. You understand?
Right.
Um, uh, but yeah.
I
All
mean,
right.
yeah, I enjoyed most of the movie. It's just when the tables turned and she went underground and all. Nah, I
They
didn't
were
really
really
like much of
cooking
that at
until a
all.
certain point. I agree, but I think the reason a movie like this does well is because it's thought provoking and it makes people think about certain things where they may not be allowed to think about as much, or they just never really gave a chance to. So yeah,
Right. What about you, Roots? I don't think since you came late, you didn't really give much of your thoughts. Or do y'all just
Yeah.
want to do the final thoughts and he can do it then?
I can tag it along to the final thoughts. I ain't got no problem with it. I'll go ahead and start though.
Who else gave it an 8.5 before you left?
Yeah, that nigga bounced out. Shit.
Yeah.
hey,
And I don't mind any type of I don't mind I don't mind any type of if y'all want to respond to anything that I'm saying because we weren't able to have a dialogue. Um, I like this movie a lot. I was very entertained. I think I only had to pause it once just because my wife is not a fan of fucking horror flicks or whatever the fuck. So like
Mhm.
she was coming back in the room from going to get food right at the part where the bitch had popped up behind them, which I didn't expect any jump scares in this movie just because it didn't seem like it was that type.
Mhm.
Um, but that was subtle enough to where it just wasn't. It kind of fit into what was going on. Uh, but yeah, I had to pause it then and then come back to it. But the the dialogue between the three of them was very much necessary and very thought provoking for me. And I love when I'm watching something when I'm watching a movie, I'm able to learn shit from it. Like I didn't know Monopoly was a fucking knockoff of some shit that existed before it. And the way that they tied that in, because everything,
It's an
had its
iteration.
previous iterations. I think that's a
Yes.
conversation that I have with a lot of people, especially my wife and my friends, about how everything is just a redo of something else.
I had
Even
to teach
down
that to
to
Puos, man.
even down to the uh the conversation when it came to music of not only did these people sample this, uh or at least use this song for inspiration and it came out in the music, they sued the next niggas for doing what they did, just like the niggas before them sued them.
Yep.
Uh, everything just being what Matthew McConaughey say. I think he said Revelations or some shit like that. Uh, yeah, it was dope. Like I really fuck with this movie. I think them keeping the same pace throughout the movie, and that being a representation of just a logical conversation, I think that was dope as well. I wasn't as mad, like I said before, with the ending, just because uh, it all tied into everything that was saying. It was that was being said, and I don't think there was a level of ambiguity. I think it was just a callback, and it was just to explain this moment, and it aligned with everything that had been said before. So that's why I look at it a little bit different than I would at Inception. So
Roots, what was your thought about? Because we spoke on before you got here.
mhm,
The reveal of the plot twists with the switching of the bodies and how they
mhm.
executed that.
I think you can be in fear. You like there. It's a fight or flight thing, right? Just because you're terrified doesn't mean you're not paying attention. And for some people that is exactly what that means, but not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? For one, they had to have somebody take over the conversation because when she was alive, the dark hair bitch was the one that was having the full dialect with the murder dude.
No, the switching of the what was it, Prophet, when
Yeah,
they
yeah,
revealed like how they had
that's
them.
yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm getting to. So I don't necessarily have a problem with her, you know, that or whatever. And it wasn't it didn't seem like it was off script or off the cuff of what was going on. She was the one that noticed the body. The dark hair bitch said, "Nigga, she didn't move. She's fucking dead. Like she didn't fucking move." And she was the one pressing the issue of that. And because she was doing less talking, she was able to notice more, and maybe she was able to put all of this shit in her fucking head by the time it was time to reveal what the fuck was going on. Because if anything, all of this was a theory and an explanation of a theory or a hypothesis. It just took her taking certain steps to prove whether or not her theory was right. So I didn't have a problem with the whole switch. I thought that shit was clean as fuck, honestly. For it to be something going on in the background in front of all this shit that's going on. You know what I'm saying? And for either one of them to notice it, I think that's fire. They're in a fucking dark dungeon type shit, and they've been in this bitch for at least 20 minutes trying to figure out how to get the fuck out.
Nah, it was like 7 hours, bro. When they left, the sun was up. When they came, the sun was going down. It was stormy. Like,
Oh no, I'm just talking about in
yeah,
that
I know.
specific room. But
Yeah.
no, yeah, no, that shit was dope as fuck. Um, I don't think I really had a issue with much of anything that happened in this movie.
Okay.
It was very thought provoking. It was a good watch, and it didn't, even though it was very talk heavy, it didn't drag at all. I've said a few times over the past few weeks that I'm very much a dialogue type nigga when it comes to movies. So this is definitely my shit. Like I fuck with this, and I would definitely suggest other people that, especially horror film people, I would suggest that they watch this and pay attention very closely. Um, I would watch this with my lady, but like I said, she's not into horror shit. So even with the little bit of shit that's going on, because it's the suspense is so high, I can count on the fact that she probably won't fucking sit and watch this shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, with all that being said, I'm gonna give my final score as a 9.2.
Okay. Art said that he can't talk right now, but he said solid movie. He wouldn't watch it again, but it's not bad at all. And he gave it an 8. You wanna go? Bob KTL.
Uh, I guess I'm going. All right. So yeah. Um. All right. Aesthetics thing first and foremost, right? Very well shot movie. Great use of lighting. Great use of camera angles and stuff like that. All tribute, very trivial comments, but specifically things like zooming in on particular characters' faces, the showing of certain expressions they were making, grimaces, cringes, smirks, whatever else, raising of eyebrows, looking at particular body parts, super, super fucking well done. Use of things like weather, lights going out to indicate major shifts in tension and where
Mm.
your attention should be, making you like expect or anticipate because of the use of those devices. Super well done. A24 is just kind of known for knowing how to manipulate the environment in a symbolic and a meaningful way. So they did that shit very well in this movie as well. Um, I thought that the characters were at the least consistent enough to be enjoyable throughout the movie with a performance that was at first deliberate and ditzy in the blonde girl, but ended up becoming well justified as the meaning of the movie was fleshed out. Obviously, needing to be like the bold representative of like blind faith, so to speak, for much of the movie. She went into that role very well. I thought she played it very well. And her almost yang to the yin, if you want to say, in Barnes, super well done as well. Being like sort of like the younger skeptic, if you will, asking, questioning, challenging, and stuff like that. She did that very well in her dialogue while also embodying a lot of the discomfort with not only the situation, but also, wrestling with her faith, as everybody, I suppose, is in the movie. MVP, uh, obviously, Mr. Reed. I mean, Hugh Grant just did an exceptional job in this movie. I mean, his affectations, even the way he speaks, down to the all the explanations and stuff, it just seems like the role was made for him and vice versa. Um, I really can't poke holes in his performance at all. I think he was just like absolutely just like brilliant, honestly. It's probably the best I've seen him in a movie. Maybe we'll see, but I have to watch some more movies. Did an incredibly good job, especially throughout a lot of that long-winded dialogue. He's kind of like the college professor I wish I had for every class. Because
Mm.
sometimes you get those college professors that like they're explaining shit to you and they kind of just want to go home and get their check. And then you got the guy that's real interested in the material and he's like making examples and shit. You bring out Monopoly in my religion class, I'm getting the fucking A plus because that shit's, yeah. In any case, but that's just like the random grocery items of stuff. Okay. Uh, as far as the movie, the pacing of the movie and the plot, I kind of agree with what Slim said earlier. I was with you about like 70, 75% sort of, right? I think the suspense at the beginning, the backdrop of the characters, getting to know them and stuff was all done super well. We get into the house, things are creepy, they're becoming creepier. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm feeling suspense. Doors locked. Okay, I feel more. Oh shit. All right, let's go. We're gonna just walk into the back. It's real dark. What is this? Oh, look, fake ass church. Time for a long-winded explanation while we wonder whether or not we're gonna die, okay? All of that stuff done super well, intriguing ass dialogue. I'm learning stuff. I'm watching great cinematography, observant nature of the blonde-haired girl coming to fruition, while the black-haired girl kind of early getting into fight or flight, trying to run an ultimatum with this guy. Like, okay, you're putting us in a game. We're just little mice to you. Like, okay, it was
Mm.
getting spicy. I fuck with how they did that. All right, I have a lot of respect for that scene before they go into the doors. All right. I have a proposition for you girls. I'm sorry, it's gonna make you sick. It might make you want to die, you know? Okay, at this point, I'm like, shit, I don't this is going to like the stakes are about to get sky high. Okay. Nonetheless, though, really interesting decision to make the really religious girl go to disbelief. It's like, bitch, you just got tested for the first real time in your life, like real, like life or death, yo. And she's like, come on, he's being real mean. Let's go to the disbelief door. I thought that shit was adorable. Um, but Black Hair was kind of like, oh, he thinks he's so big and we're so dumb for our beliefs. Let's go down belief and see what happens. It's a very funny ass scene right there. Honestly, it's almost like a parody. Um, but once they go down into the basement, I thought from there, I don't know if this is Ari Aster or whatever or whoever the fuck, right? But it was time to have fun.
What's the
This
director?
was yeah, it was time to have fun. Okay. Like at this point now, we're just trying to see how we can carry all that information and all that backdrop into essentially how are we going to bring it all full circle in a way that's not only satisfying for the audience, but also makes like a strong statement. Okay. I thought he did neither of those things. All right. I thought that the weird lady down there was just like, a random kink. It didn't have too much symbolic value. It doesn't even seem like Mr. Reed believed that she was even having like revelations or seeing the other side. He was just trying to put like, cloak over their faces and it was a little bit messy. I mean, girl gets killed and after their, horrible escape attempt when the guy came to check for them, it's like okay, and Shorty suddenly becomes like super self-aware and observant, says, challenge him, runs downstairs, and all of a sudden she's super brave and noticed everything. It's like, okay, yes. There's some talk of simulation theory, which is like, okay, philosophy 101, skepticism. Like, what if there's like a simulation out there and we're brains in a vat? Things that you would have encountered if you've ever thought about these things and like Googled them, but like it's something that I guess most people in the general public. But the point is, it's just like from here in the movie, it seems messy, both conceptually, pacing wise. We're rushing to a conclusion. We're trying to make things happen. People are dying. There's chase sequence. There's okay. It truly felt like control was lost, ironically enough. Right. Um, and I walk away from the movie feeling like there was a lot of conceptual inspiration for the movie, but the planning was more of like a circumstance thing. What is our budget? What are our time constraints? What's gonna go over well at the box office? You know what I'm saying? What's gonna generate more clips? Like these questions seemed more evident toward the end than in the beginning. The beginning felt like it was made with love, and at the end, it was kind of just like, all right, we gotta kind of wrap this up, boys. Let's make some shit happen. So, listen, I watched this movie very carefully. I took a whole shitload of notes and stuff like that. I really wanted to say that this was like one of the most heavily conceptually inspired movies I watched. It is by far the weakest of all of the A24 films I've watched so far.
Mm.
It started out super well. It had me intrigued. It had me interested, informed. A lot of the great stuff was going on with no less of the usual artistry from a cinematographic perspective and otherwise from the A24. Amazing studio. And then by the end, they were making rookie mistakes you would expect from like mid 2000s like B movies with respect to how it did justice for the build up the movie provided. Honestly, Hereditary shits on this. Honestly, Midsummer shits on this. But nonetheless, it was a valiant attempt. And they should just make an alternate ending where it ends with the trap door, okay? But listen, after a lot of deliberation and stuff, shout out Pools for the pick, man. I gave this one a begrudging 7.7. I feel let down, but it was pretty cool.
I got a question because
Yeah.
it's crazy. I was making this list as you were talking, and then you brought up exactly what I was about to ask. So, on our podcast, we have watched 6 A24 movies. That's Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, X, The Green Room, Hereditary, Talk to Me, and now Heretic. On my own, I've seen probably 3 more than that, which those 6 plus Opus, Death of the Human, Opus,
I don't
Death
think y'all
of
saw
the
Talk to Me,
Unicorn,
Ruth.
and you said what now?
I don't think y'all saw Talk to Me. We saw that for in
Yeah, I know.
review.
I'm just talking about on the podcast as far as what we reviewed. And there was another one with the dude that the new Magneto dude. I can't remember what his fucking name
I think
is. Or
Uncut
the name
Gems
of
is
it.
one. You saw Uncut Gems, right?
Did we review that?
Oh no! I thought you was naming what you saw.
Okay, yeah, I did see Uncut Gems was right. So those 6 probably plus 4 then.
Mm.
So out of the ones that we've watched and reviewed together, I want to hear y'all take on what y'all think. Where this lands amongst those 6 that we've reviewed.
Yeah. So, not having watched all of them, to be clear, right? I will say that my favorite and one of my candidates for favorite movie of all time is Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's very, very difficult to get a movie that's that seamless off, in my opinion.
Mm.
Um, I remember doing that podcast, and a lot of the criticisms that people were raising were just matters of taste. Like, did you really have to whip out a dildo? Like, is it
Did
like,
he have
and I
to
was just like,
sit?
this
Did
is
he have
so
to sit
weird.
on a trophy?
Yeah, right. But all in all, everything that was absurd about that movie helped it just as much as the things that made sense. Like everything that was crazy and weird about that movie just did it
Mhm.
utter justice. I can't believe that that even happened. That movie there is the 10 out of 10.
It's an
If I
Academy
didn't say
Award
10 back
winner.
then, yeah, it's an insanely crazy movie. And then of course we have Hereditary. Hereditary, I feel like it's like the grandfather like or like a father forefather of the horror genre that like just did so much shit right. And even though I
Mhm.
don't think it's the most scary from like the jump scare per se POV, which it had quite a few of, right? It had some like mythological stuff built into it that didn't feel pretentious and it kind of made sense out of everything that was happening. Like Hereditary is uh, anybody you talk to about horror, you gotta say Hereditary, right? And then for
Yeah.
me, since I haven't seen any more A24 films, I can't say this informedly, but my number three would obviously be Midsummer. Um,
Mm.
the weirdness of this movie, just take that, like amplify it 100 times, put it into like a really remote place in Europe somewhere, freaky ritualistic stuff happening, gruesomeness, wretched, like the dark side of humanity kind of deal, and like a weird ass way of portraying what's supposed to be like a very it's kind of conventional moral about like closeness or like emotion or like friendship or trust or whatever, right? Midsummer was one of the most bizarre films that I've ever watched in my life. Disturbing films, but I still don't even know to this day what really happened, you know? Um, but that would be my ranking for the A24. Sorry for the long-windedness.
Yeah.
uh, yeah.
I'll give my I know rating while I
Mm.
talk about that as well.
Yeah.
Because I think I agree with a lot of the points that Bob had, so I'm gonna make mine a little shorter. But great acting from all three of the main characters. The elder, which I didn't realize until after the film, but the elder was Topher Grace from That 70 Show. Make it just old as
Which
hell
Yeah.
one?
now.
Oh
Which one is
shit!
that?
I didn't even
That's
know that. I didn't even realize
That's
that.
that's
That's
Eddie
that's a
yeah,
young
Brock
nigga.
from Spider-Man 3.
What? Yo.
I didn't
yeah,
even realize that.
I
Nigga
ain't
got
fucking.
old.
I didn't even peep that.
yeah. He old, bro. He's old.
Yeah, he is old. That's
Man,
crazy.
But
I ain't never
yeah,
realized that till just now.
yeah, man. Like you said, with the pacing and everything, the movie had me, for the first hour for sure. First hour and 10, 15, maybe. I looked at the time stamp just to be sure, and where it really fell flat for me was the last 20 minutes. I didn't even have a problem when they initially got into the basement. I didn't mind, like Root said, when they killed off the what was her name? Not Paxton,
Barnes?
Barnes.
Barnes. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem when they killed off Barnes because I kind of knew it was going to happen. Um, or I at least had a hunch, pause, that it was going to happen because, like I said, the character progression of Paxton, I saw it coming a mile away. Like once they revealed, the type of character she was, her background and everything, and just me kind of knowing what type of movie this is, I'm just automatically assuming, okay, she's going to have to be the hero. She's going to have to, go from who she is now to being the one at the end that makes the big choice or makes the big move to save the day or some shit like that. So I wasn't necessarily surprised. I was surprised at the moment when Barnes got killed because I wasn't expecting it in that moment. But the overall decision to kill her off, I wasn't surprised with. However,
Yeah.
the decision to bring her back, I hated
Hmm.
because of the way she was killed and she bled out on the fucking floor.
Hmm.
It's no way. Like he pulled on her fucking vein. Like it's no way she's coming back and doing what she did. Plot armor, Dos Ex Machina, whatever you want to call it, divine intervention. They did it just to save her. And I guess you can look at it like maybe they talked about miracles in the movie. Who knows? Maybe it was a miracle. I don't know. Maybe it was just a bullshit way to like keep her alive and kill him. I don't know, but I didn't like it. Um, as far as the switch goes, like I had no problem when they showed the prophet. They said, "Oh, she's doing a miracle." I had no problem with all of that shit. I was really just interested, trying to see where the fuck it was going. But when they started to try to explain it, that's where it didn't really work for me because, like I mentioned, like okay, you got these starving ass women in the basement, weak as fuck, and you're telling me that one of these women was able to push this goddamn trap door up, move the table,
Yeah,
get up there, pull the body down, drag the body because the body wasn't immediately right there when she went down there. She
it was a
pulled the
couple feet
body out
before
the
that.
way. She went back up there. She put the table back. She put the gravel over. She closed like no, and they didn't hear shit
And they
while all that shit
All
couldn't
happened.
hear
they,
none of that.
I wonder, yeah, I wonder if they eat pie all the time or if they also get like DoorDash and stuff every now and then, like, because they look pretty unhealthy, but I mean, surely they would have died off by natural causes down there if he didn't feed them some proper shit, right? Like,
Right, and I don't even think even let's say she could do all that shit without them noticing. Does she have the strength to do all that shit like that with the state that she's in? Like, I don't know. Like, they seem pretty
granted, they're
weakly down there
pretty
to me.
emaciated. At minimum, you're talking like 80 pound, 90 pound, a
Yeah.
human, and you're
And
carrying
they
her.
and they survive in the fucking cold. He keeps it freezing down there. And all they're surviving. I'm sure all he's doing is giving them bread and water and clipping their fucking fingernails.
And thinking about it, with it being that state, like you're saying, she's living in that state, and she's having to go up there and do all this heroic superhero ass shit. You know what I'm saying? While she's coming up out of that state and being able to just freely move around and pick people up and drag them and pull tables. Hell no, like nah, I'm not going for that. And at the exact moment that the nigga walked to the door is when she's able to do it because that plan would not have been able to happen if he didn't ring the doorbell at that moment and they both went to the door and neither one of them stayed looking at the lady at the table. They both had to go and scream and like, nah, it's too much. It's too much. I'm not really buying that. So once they got into that part where she started being Sherlock Holmes and figuring everything out, that's the part that kind of like ruined it for me. Everything else up to that point, I fucked with though. But I mean, that actually did drop the movie for me. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, man. Heretic, I give it a 6.8, man. It dropped it
Damn.
pretty significantly for me. I ain't gonna lie.
What about as far as the other A24 movies that we watched?
It might be last. Or uh it's between that and Talk to Me. I think the opposite of Talk to Me. Like Talk to Me didn't really have me as attentive, but the ending of it was really good. Where I think the opposite here, like I was attentive throughout the entire movie except like the last 20 minutes of it. So it's either last or second to last. But obviously Hereditary, fire. The Green Room, crazy. What was the first one you said that we saw? Everything
Everything
Everywhere
everywhere at
All
Everything
at
once.
everywhere all
Once.
at once. Yeah.
Great movie. Um, Uncut Gems. I'm gonna put that towards the bottom down there too. I ain't gonna lie. Hate that
Yeah, that
movie.
shit wasn't all
That shit is like a fucking anxiety attack, bro. For like
that.
2 hours.
What about X?
Yeah, X is above this as well. Yeah, I give it a 6.8.
KTL.
ATL.
Oh boy.
Last but least.
Damn.
Yeah. Slim, you
Just
said
kidding,
this
brother.
was
Just kidding.
Ari Aster movie?
Oh no, no, no. Bob X. It was Scott Beck
Oh,
and
okay, because I was about to say that explains a lot, honestly. But
Scott Beck and Brian Woods.
Yeah, because I
yeah,
don't know them, but I think that the studio itself is just notorious for doing some push the envelope shit, I guess. That might be the thing.
yeah. So this movie, like I was saying, I think that Hugh Grant turns in an amazing performance. He carried the movie, in my opinion. There were other good elements, but his performance is the strongest thing that I cite walking away from this. He is able to, be charismatic and energetic and whatnot, and make you interested in what the fuck this character is going to do next. Which in a
Facts.
suspense movie where he is the antagonist, that is very important to do. Um, I think that the other bitch, Paxton was meh. Barnes was pretty good. That's a attractive lady, so salute to her. But this, like I say, whoever the motherfucker that put this shit together, made this movie, very clearly is a frequenter of just Reddit sub forums, and they just go through and have a bunch of pretentious intellect debates and whatnot, and they believe those fucking bullshit Charlie Kirk debates online about people doing all this shit. It's bullshit. You're pretentious. You tried to shoehorn religion into a movie that didn't need it, and this is not in defense of anything. I'm saying that there was an agenda when watching this movie that didn't need it. You had a good character, a good actor that played a good character and did a lot of great things, and it was a weak-wristed attempt to dunk on the Mormons, which I love dunking on the Mormons as much as the next guy, but it was stupid here. You tried to be highbrow and the smartest guy in the room, and you're not intelligent. You're just a fucking lame. But in that capacity, I think that, like I say, the first like hour or so of the movie was good. In terms of like building up the suspense, I thought that they made some dumb decisions in terms of like the way that they tried to, show the fear and whatnot. I don't believe it was always earned, but I think that the performance was so good from Hugh Grant that I was willing to forgive all that. After a certain point, like I say, you got a bitch in the basement eating some pie and whatever the fuck else. And I'm like, I don't really give a fuck about this. This isn't terrifying. It's just gross. He seems to be scrambling. He's talking about simulation theory and ancient aliens and fucking, the Pythagorean theorem and all type of shit. I'm like, dude, you're spiraling at this point. And I understand that was like part of the purpose of the character, but I was like, you're jumping the shark. This is not, coherent enough to where I should feel some terror. It's just a waiting game of how you're gonna kill this bitch at this point. So
Yep.
as you continue through the movie, like I say, they did their big reveal moment of like, oh, okay, well he's been teasing the one true religion this whole time, and it's about control, and it's this and that. And whether that was the message of the movie or not, I'm not saying that it is, but I think that all the suspense that I built up to that is kind of like I said, I'm sitting there watching this bitch
Yeah.
go through the fucking basement and all this shit, and I'm like, what is this going to be? Is he gonna have a fucking Cthulhu monster or something back here? Like, what is this? And that would have been stupid too.
Control.
Just to be clear, I was like, is it like
There's
what?
some women in the
Because I'm
cage,
like, you're
KTF.
you're living, you're a mild mannered motherfucker living in a townhouse and shit. You can't have nothing too crazy in this basement, bro. It can't be like zombies or some fucking
It
creature or
it
some
would have
shit. It can't be nothing,
it
bro. That doesn't
it
make sense. Like,
it would have been
but
cool if he had like an experimental, like he tried to build an angel or something. Like that would
yeah,
have
but
That
been
would have
cool.
been dope.
I think at least that would have been something. But I still would have been like, okay, like how the fuck are you keeping this shit hid in your like
The
under your
ending
house,
definitely
bro?
seems rushed.
But
I think somebody
look,
mentioned that. It seems rushed.
yeah, so like I say, I think that it was a lot of setup to a not very good punch. I think that the motherfucker, like it's in battle rap terms, a motherfucker sold that shit very well, but it was still just nonsense. So like I say, I watched this with my wife. She hated the fucking movie. She asked me several times who picked this movie, and like I was trying not to tell her so she wouldn't just get on my partner ass, but she said like fuck him and all of that, and she said she will never watch this movie again.
Oh shit. Me either.
I like I say, I genuinely I wouldn't watch this with a bitch. I would not want to. I don't think that this like sets a good expectation of what the fuck like time nights at my house will look like. But it's like I say, I think that if I'm giving the movie a rating, I wanted to drop that bitch during the fucking like discussion that we had. I wanted to drop that bitch, but A, I feel like I'm really harsh on Pujols movies. But
It
B,
don't
I think
matter.
that
You gotta take that away.
it's not charisma, like it's not so bad to the point to where like there is at least a half a good movie and a probably like an all-timer performance here. So I'll still probably give it a 7.5. Like I think that I think that it is a solid movie that I am in no rush to rewatch. And I don't know that I would like recommend it to people either. I think there was some really creative stuff, like when they did the shit where that bitch was running up out the basement and shit, and the diorama was his house, and they did the top down view of that bitch. I
That
think
shit
that
was
was
You know what
hard.
that
great.
reminded
I
me of,
said I
KTM?
said out
I
loud
think
when I saw that, I was like, that
I
shit was tough.
yeah, I think if they did like more cool shit like that, it would have been all right. But like, why do I care that this bitch is talking about there's a train conductor and they unplugged my brain and it's not real? I didn't. He had to go in there and be like, yeah, she was talking about the afterlife. I was sitting there thinking that like, oh, okay, well this bitch is just hallucinating and just saying words that don't mean nothing. And then he was trying to structure that shit into, oh, she was revived and it's the afterlife and whatever the fuck. Like it was just too flimsy, bro. There was too much flimsy shit that he couldn't carry. And I just like I wasn't fucking with it, man. But
Hey,
yeah,
Roots,
whatever.
KTM, you know what I said when I saw the model of the house and her running through it and shit? I said, oh, that's that shit they did in The Shining. Like they did the same shit with the maze.
Kind of, but this was way better than that.
Maybe, maybe. But I mean, it was pretty much the same shit. Like Jack looked down in the maze, I think, and his wife and son was running through the maze.
And also let me mention the fact that, like I say, the ending being so ambiguous as it was, I don't know that I just hate it. I don't know that I hate all the shit with Barnes coming back or like a motherfucker being able to stab this bitch. Like I didn't. I think it's stupid. I don't think I understood it. But it didn't just like ruin the movie for me because at that point I was already like, okay, this is just some bullshit. It's like fucking Cabin in the Woods, where like a good amount of Cabin in the Woods is like some shit and like regular shit, and then you get to the point where it's like, oh, okay, now there's aliens and there's zombies and there's whatever the fuck else like in this
Yeah,
shit.
but at
You
least
know?
that's explained, right? Because Cabin in the Woods was like it
I
was being
guess,
controlled
bro,
by.
but it's just nothing. Like it's like, okay, this is not the movie I signed up to watch.
Yeah,
You know?
felt that way about Abigail, man. Yeah, I didn't see Abigail. But
Oh,
what was
also,
your score, KTM?
I maybe I didn't really care that much about the candle thing because like we put this all on and like my wife was like, "Oh, we watched this movie already." I said, "I've never seen this movie," and like it was the pie thing, and she literally told me she was like, "Yeah, no, it's not really a pie; it's the candle and whatnot." And I was like, "Okay,"
Did she
and
see
then
it?
like she I didn't see the whole thing, but she I guess saw that part of it. I'm assuming it's like a clip on Facebook or something, and she can't remember. She was like, "I don't know how I knew that shit now." You know, but yeah, so I was like I was just like, oh, okay, it's a candle, who cares, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I think it was a good use of I guess selling the illusion, kind of telling them, oh shit, he's lying. What is he up to? Like, I guess you know what I'm saying. What was your score though, KTM?
7.5.
Yeah, I already wrote that down,
Why the fuck did you
man.
ask me?
I don't know. All right, man. Final score for Heretic is an 8 flat.
Okay.
Next week's movie, we'll be chosen by Art. Art told us to stall. He said he was
Fuck
almost
art.
home. Is he back?
Mm.
He said
He's
stall
still
for 2
muted.
minutes. That was 3 minutes ago. Pretty
Yeah,
high
man.
for a movie he didn't like. Yeah, wait, what? Hey, Art, man, get out the
So I'm
fucking
here.
stairwell.
I'm coming.
Yo.
We'll go to my mom's.
Nigga sound like a Charlie Brown parent.
Hey, Roots,
Yeah, the
can you
pimp.
put a put
Want.
Yeah,
put an 8 in the Discord for this movie?
I got you.
You hear me about that now?
Yeah. Talk about your movie, man.
All right. All right, man. So this next movie, we don't gotta do this too much thinking about, man. Like it's gonna be a pretty simple movie, kind of
Oh
lighthearted
boy, another
comedy. A
Planet of
movie
the
that
Apes movie.
shut the fuck up. No,
I
we
was
got
waiting for
no.
the
I'm gonna,
KTL joke.
make y'all wait for the Planet of the Apes movie. But no, this is a movie that kind of inspired me to want to start doing filmmaking earlier. Like I used to think I had to have a bunch of money in order to do filmmaking. Then I seen this movie. I'm like, oh shit, I could just
It's the
grab a camera and
room.
grab my friends, and we can make some shit, bro. And
Hey, Art, look at this comment real quick.
Hey.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, Ice. I don't think you gonna like this one. I ain't gonna hold you. This
Way to be
young
positive.
filmmaker, man. made a lot of cult classics, a lot of cult classic comedies. He got a very iconic duo. We're going to see the first movie with Jay and Silent Bob in it, man. We got the Clerks.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Jesus
I was
Christ.
gonna say if there's
I swear he never fails, bro.
why
And
the
I
fuck
never
he
fail.
keep doing
And
this
that's
shit?
why I try to impress y'all anymore, bro. I never fail. Like, just you gonna watch what I want to watch.
Or I won't, bitch. Fuck you talking about?
Hey, I have no problem with you not being there, brother.
Talk to that nigga. Hey,
Nigga
John
talking
said
about y'all
Clerks
gonna
a
watch what I
classic.
want to watch. No, or I won't. Fuck, nigga.
He said Clerks a classic. Some gay ass shit in there. Well, there was some gay ass shit in Dallas Buyers Club too.
I don't know. I think there was just talk about folks being gay.
They definitely had homosexuals in there. Nah, that nigga. What was Jared Leto? He was fucking with a man.
Well, I'm saying like I don't think we actually saw the gay shit. I think it was just like existed.
Wasn't they kissing or some shit?
I don't think
What they
so,
had
but
going
who
on.
knows?
They
They
was
was doing
very
something
close
in
to
their
each
room.
other's face. I don't know if
They
they
was
were
doing
kissing.
something in their room.
Regardless, let's talk about the other movie.
Clerks,
Nah,
man.
it's
Whole
over.
classic.
We got Clerks next week. She said, "What is this?" You will find out next week
Some
on the
shit
Real
that
Rap
came out
Coalition
before you was
podcast.
born.
Well,
Thanks.
Also,
we're gonna take a song.
Hey, man, sign us out, Art.
See y'all next week.
That was ass.
It's the coldest podcast on YouTube. The Real Rap Coalition. They back. You now rocking with the Real Rap podcast. Yeah, yeah. It's coming on. Yeah, this the official song. Yeah, yeah. Hold up. Lock and load. It's the weekly episode. Yeah.